them continue to develop. For more information, you can visit us at kptkids.com or give us a call, 689-6043.
At Tiebreakers, we admit we have a bit of a problem. People love our wings so much that they're starting to sell their home TVs just so they can watch all the sporting events here at Tiebreakers. Seriously, we're glad you love our hand-breaded, hand-cut boneless wings that much, but we really need you to go home at the end of the night. It's okay, we'll be here tomorrow. And when you come back, bring a friend with you. For great food, great friends, and cold beer, we'll see you at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers, break the chain, eat local.
Save during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Spring Styles event. Freshen things up, make a statement, and make it exciting. Save on new looks, new colors, new styles. We have so many beautiful ways to update your home. Explore our 35,000 square foot showroom. From name brands like Bassett, La-Z-Boy, Rowe, Kincaid, and Restana, get up to 15% off plus 6 months special financing, or get special financing for 48 months. Step up your style right now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Did you know that Greenville is home to an equine therapeutic riding program? Rocking Horse Ranch has been serving the community for the last 30 years, and we could not have done it without the support of our local community. Derby Dash Bash has been our premier event to help sustain this program, and this year we will be having an online auction Saturday, May 1st. Items up for bid include jewelry, trips to the Caribbean, Yeti coolers, a private catered meal for 8 people, and much more. To participate in the auction or to donate, please visit our website at rhrnc.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, welcome in to Pirate Radio Live on a Win It Wednesday. It is Win It Wednesday today, Chandler. Today is Wednesday. And we got a fun show for you planned on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250 at 930. We are live online, PR927FM.com. And you can watch the program on Facebook Live and on YouTube. A lot of great stuff going on right now at our YouTube page and on Facebook. Just recorded episode 4 of Pirate Radio Trivia earlier today. More on that a little later on in the show. We will be dropping episode 3 soon with Redbeard and John Moody. We got our ECU baseball post-game Zooms up there. We got our ECU football post-practice press conferences with Mike Houston and players. So we are on the radio, of course, but a lot of video rolling out as well. So make sure you're following us on social media and subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. All right, coming up on today's show, we will visit with The Voice. Jeff Charles coming up in about 15 minutes. He will join us from Michigan on the Fixed NC Live line. Corey Gloor, the play-by-play voice for ECU baseball, joins us today. At 4 o'clock, we will get you set for ECU and Wichita State. The Pirates going to try this road thing again. It'll be their first road series since February, I guess, Georgia Southern. It is amazing how many home games this team has had compared to road games. We'll see what they can do on the road. We'll talk about it with Corey Gloor. We'll get a health update on the team, Carson Wisenhunt and others. All that coming up at 4 o'clock. Around 4:35, we will get you ready for the NFL draft. We'll have a lot of draft talk on Thursday as well with Ariel Epstein and the big man on campus, Jeff Nadeau, Stephen Igo as well. And, of course, our big guest on Thursday is Mike Houston in Hour 3, where we'll talk all things Pirate football. But some draft talk today. We'll run over some draft props with my buddy CW. If you are a longtime listener to the show, the Sports Bar, we have CW on in the summers to talk fantasy football. He joined us to talk about his Bucks during their Super Bowl run. He is also a draft nut. He has put together like 40 questions. His annual prop draft sheet that he has at his draft party. So he is all into it. We'll talk about that coming up around 4:35 and try to project where these guys are going to go on Thursday night. And at 5 o'clock, dang, Bryce Williams will be here. We will talk hunting, fishing, and football with big Bryce Williams. That's on the way at 5 o'clock. It is also Win It Wednesday. What are we going to do, Shirley? A winner per hour today, it appears?
Yeah, we'll do one winner in each hour.
One in hour 1, one in hour 2, one in hour 3. Celebrate Cinco de Mayo this Saturday in Winterville at the Naughty Dog Brewing Company. Naughty Dog releasing 3 beers on Saturday. They'll have 2 food trucks on site throughout the day, a piñata for the kids, a gift card giveaways all day long. Doors open at noon, plenty of indoor and outdoor seating for everyone. Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville. And follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram for more. We got 3 $10 gift cards on a Win It Wednesday to Naughty Dog. So, man, I kind of want one of those, but I am not eligible to win, but you are. And we'll give one away coming up later on in our numero uno. Matter of fact, yeah, we'll do it after Jeff Charles. We'll have a segment here, take a break, talk to Jeff, and then give away our first gift card of the day. All right, we'll get to the Shirley Rhodes news desk momentarily, but we have some Panthers news. Chandler Honeycutt.
We got a couple of Panthers news.
We got a couple of Panthers news.
The first one I want to talk about that we kind of
talk about it a little bit,
just a little bit, Coach, a little bit. Teddy Bridgewater is no longer a Panther. Instead, he is going off to Denver. The Panthers trading Teddy Bridgewater today to the Denver Broncos in exchange for a 6th-round pick in this year's draft. I kind of saw this coming with Teddy. Really didn't know if he was going to still be on the team this year. With the acquisition of Sam Darnold, you kind of expected him to go elsewhere. We did give him permission to kind of seek trades, and it looks like that trade is going to go to the Denver Broncos.
I mean, almost literally the least you could get in return for Teddy Bridgewater, but a 6th-round pick is better than nothing.
Right.
He was not a part of the Panthers' future or current situation with Sam Darnold. Potentially, if a QB's there, when you pick in the first round, you could go that route in this year's draft. But right now, Sam Darnold is holding the keys. Teddy Bridgewater wasn't really even in the car. He was kind of on the side of the road, hoping to get picked up, and he did get picked up by the Broncos, who knows? I mean,
have Drew Lock still.
Igo is kind of out on Drew Lock. I think all my Broncos buddies that I talked to are. This is kind of his last chance, it looks like. So I could see a scenario where he struggles and Bridgewater plays 6-8
could
games.
This put pressure on Drew Lock? I mean, maybe they bring in Teddy Bridgewater to maybe in training camp have some sort of maybe quarterback competition to put some pressure on Drew Lock and see how he can perform under pressure in training camp. So, but I did see where this move saved the Panthers in cap space roughly $13 million.
Well, there's a big positive to that. All right, so Teddy is a Bronco. What's your other Panthers news report?
Bank of America came out today and announced that they're going to go and move to artificial turf starting in 2021. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
I don't like that.
I did see that the reasons are because there is another major sport coming to Charlotte. It's the Charlotte Football Club that is also owned by David Tepper, who just bought the Panthers a few years ago. So Tepper Sports and Entertainment came out today with a statement basically saying with that addition of the major sport of soccer and then also, the Panthers, they also in that article mentioned the App State game versus East Carolina game coming up in September, along with the Dukes Mayo Bowl and also the ACC Championship. And also Bank of America Stadium is also expected to be hosting some more events like concerts and stuff in 2022.
So this is like, hey, our grass is just going to get tore up with all this stuff going on. Let's go to turf.
Yeah, and I think it's going to. I bet in just maybe 10, maybe even less than that, all fields in the National Football League will be artificial turf. I'm more of a natural grass guy, and actually I saw where like not too long ago they came out and said that every team has to have natural grass. I don't know if that's true, but the Panthers are making the move to go to artificial turf.
Clearly, it's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. The Saints and the Falcons in the division have artificial turf. I'm guessing the Bucks don't. They don't. But Saints and Falcons do, and now add the Panthers to that list.
There you go. I saw a note about my favorite team, the Atlanta Braves, who, boy, thank God for the Cubs. If it wasn't for them, the Braves would really be struggling this year. They've been able to beat up on the Cubs. Beginning May the 7th, the Braves will have 100% capacity at Truist Park.
Wow.
So they're going to open this thing up starting basically next week.
And if you're a soccer fan in Atlanta, that's also good news. I did see where the soccer team there.
Don't they play in the Falcon Stadium?
They do.
Yeah.
And it's also owned by Arthur Blank, who owns the Atlanta Falcons.
I guess they won a championship the last couple of years. I just remember that place was hopping for their championship.
Yeah.
Oh, I know a lot of our listeners don't care about soccer. You don't care about soccer.
Absolutely not.
But I'm excited that North Carolina is going to have an MLS team. Give me something to root for.
Now I want a Major League Baseball team.
Yeah.
Kind of just complete the trifecta. Well, I guess.
It'd be cool, but, like, I'm already locked in. Like, I can't leave the Braves just like I couldn't leave Washington if we had a new team. I don't know. It'd be weird.
It would be weird. But I have made the decision. If a Major League Baseball team comes to, I've seen Raleigh is in the mix. Charlotte, obviously, with the two major sports programs they have there. I've already made my decision that if a baseball team comes to North Carolina, that I've celebrated a World Series with the Nats. It's been great.
You're not a real fan.
Okay.
Fake fan.
I'm a fake fan.
All right, Chandler, good stuff. Shirley, what is going on at your news desk?
C.J. Mayhew was announced today as one of 65 players named to the mid-season watch list for the 16th annual Collegiate Baseball Writers Association's Stopper of the Year Award, which apparently goes to the top relief pitcher in baseball. And so we have another watch list to look out for.
Connor Norby's on one.
Yeah.
And now Mayhew on one as well. We'll talk about that with Corey Gloor.
Yeah, and CJ leads the Pirates and is ranked second in the American Athletic Conference in saves and appearances. He's got 6 saves so far this season, 19 appearances, and is sporting a 3.48 ERA.
Good deal.
I have some more news. Just a couple of years ago, ECU Baseball's Cliff Godwin was honored to be the USA Collegiate Men's Baseball Team's manager. This year, Elliot Avent of NC State has been named the manager for the USA Collegiate team.
All right. Thank you for that.
There is a Twitter account called Buffalo Rumblings.
Sounds like after a night eating wings.
Yeah, well, I
got the Buffalo Rumblings over here. Don't come close.
No, this is a Twitter account that follows Buffalo Bills football.
Are the Bills changing their name
to the Buffalo Rumblings? Huh?
The Washington Rumblings. Sorry.
They have a mock draft, mock NFL draft, because, we've been talking mock drafts the past couple of days. Their mock draft is placing former ECU wide receiver Blake Prohl with the last pick in the 7th round going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah. Wow.
So
who would be very relevant. That would be honestly great for him. Because he'd be Mr. Irrelevant, so they talk about that. He'd get the pub for being Ricky Prohl's kid. And, hell, he'd be going to the Super Bowl champions and have a chance to make that roster and potentially win a ring. So that'd actually be a pretty good situation for Blake Prohl.
Yeah, and then just one other news coming out of ECU. This just came out just a couple of minutes ago. Now, I hope I am pronouncing her name correctly because I have been mispronouncing it for years, but I think it's Dorothea Forbrigd. She is a senior golfer, and she has been selected as one of 6 individual golfers to participate in the Baton Rouge Regional of the Women's Golf Regionals for the NCAA. So she is only the 5th player in program history to play as an individual for the school. So she got an automatic bid because, was it last week or the week before, she won the AAC's individual title while the team finished in 3rd place. So Dorothea is one of the better golfers that have come out of ECU of late, other than I would say Harold Varner. But so she is headed to Baton Rouge and is going to participate there. So
operator, why don't you put me on through? I'm going to send my golfer down to Baton Rouge. All right. Anything else, Shirley?
No.
You mentioned like Washington needing a nickname. Did you see? I retweeted it online.
The Washington Rumblings.
They took fan suggestions from everybody.
I saw that.
And this kid had Washington Rhinos and had a
the logo was awesome,
like a drawing in pencil. And like you know what? I'm on board. If they went Washington Rhinos, that would be a cool name.
There were some other names in that list that I really liked too. I can't remember what they were, but I remember thinking, that sounds good. I mean, that sounds like it could fit.
Cool, neat story. Chad says, I stayed a Titans fan when the Panthers came, and I do not think I could leave the Orioles if NC got a team, but I would pull for them. Might be a situation where, like, it'd be great if, by the way, there's like no news of this happening. We just kind of brought it up. It's not happening, so relax. But
it is a good discussion, though, that you can have.
If they were in the American League, it would make it a little easier for me to root for them. But, I can't root for, like, another NL East team if the Braves are in there.
Yeah.
It'd be weird. It'd be weird, wild stuff. Any draft talk today? Do we know anything that we didn't know yesterday?
Haven't really seen much of anything.
By the way.
Antonio Brown's coming back to the Bucks.
I was just about to say that.
I forgot that.
In 2021, man, forget it in college basketball. You don't know who's on a team year to year. But in pro sports as well, guys leave, every year. It is so rare to see a team where every single one of their players going into the year, because the Bucks have the exact same team as they had that won the Super Bowl last year. Antonio Brown is going to sign a 1-year deal. Again, they are like all in for this 2021 season with Brady, Gronk, Brown, Fournette is back. All the defensive guys, like they are. And
last year they signed all these guys to 1-year deals.
Yeah.
And usually the 1-year deal, it's done. It's a 1-year deal and done. Like with Gronk, a 43-year-old Tom Brady, but they go and win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they go, let's run it back. Let's sign each of these guys to a 1-year deal again.
And a lot of times you see a 1-year deal, not with these like old veterans. You're right. When it's like a 1-year deal with a veteran, you expect them to play and retire. But usually 1-year deals are for guys that are like trying to make a name for themselves, and either they get a 1-year deal and then get that big contract, or they get a 1-year deal, kind of flame out, and then maybe land somewhere else and barely make a roster. So it is pretty rare to see all these 1-year deals get followed up with yet another 1-year deal.
Kind of like what the Panthers are doing with Hassan Reddick, who had a great year last year with the Cardinals. I believe 13.5 sacks for Reddick last year. The Panthers, I believe, signed him to a 1-year deal. So what they call a prove-it deal. They call it a prove-it year.
Ronald Darby had one of those for Washington last year, and he signed a pretty big deal with the Broncos this offseason. Redbeard says we should check out at MLB Raleigh, community first movement to bring Major League Baseball to Raleigh, North Carolina. So, yeah. It'd be, I don't know, with like college baseball, minor league baseball, would you get enough butts and seats if you had a baseball team, you think? I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, how was it when the Charlotte Hornets came to town in the 80s?
Yeah.
How was it when the Panthers came in 95?
Yeah, I guess it's similar. I guess so.
But it's all about how much baseball fans do we have here? Major League Baseball fans. I know there's people out there that are college baseball fans, but they're like, I'm not watching Major League Baseball.
Well, there'll probably be a number of new fans. How many NBA fans were there when there wasn't a team? They were probably just all watching Michael Jordan in the mid-'80s.
I'm from Clinton, and I'm 25 minutes away from Fayetteville. And when they got the Woodpeckers, I mean, almost everybody in the Clinton area was either buying season tickets or just buying apparel. So, I mean, I think having a Major League Baseball team in North Carolina has the potential of getting a lot of excitement from fans.
You think they'd expand, or would they relocate a team? What would MLB do? I haven't heard of a team relocating. Have you?
I have heard of expansion.
Yeah, maybe that would be the move. I still want to see basketball back in Seattle. Bring back the Supersonics.
That would be cool.
Bring back the freaking Supersonics. The Thunder I still hate the Thunder just because why? Why are they a thing?
And their mascot's like a bear.
Yeah. And because you can't see thunder. So what do?
Like, what the hell?
Exactly. Thank you.
This is stupid.
It is stupid. Thank you for being on my side on this. Bring back the Supersonics. All right, let's take a timeout. We come back, we talk to Jeff Charles, and we make you a winner. The first of our 3 Win It Wednesday gift cards. 3 $10 gift cards on the line to Naughty Dog today. We'll give out one coming up at the end of our next segment. The Voice joins us when we return after this.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Hey, Eastern North Carolina, this is Miles Minges. And this is Landon Minges with Minges Bottling Group. We are proud to announce that Pepsi is once again the official soft drink of the ECU Pirates. That's right, Miles. Our family's purple and gold roots run deep. From founding members of the Pirate Club, alumni, and even a team physician, our support over the last 60 years has never wavered. We are Pirates. We're excited to be back at ECU and are honored to serve our great customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. Not only is this the birthplace of Pepsi Cola, this is our home. Cheers, Pirate Nation. I like the sound of that. Support local, drink local, stay safe, and drink Pepsi.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
The Farmville Flower Basket has everything you need to make this Mother's Day one to remember. With brands like Simply Southern, Southern Couture, Bella Cotton, Lily Grace, Brewmate, and Scout Bags, you're sure to find a gift that is as unique and special as Mom. They also have a wide variety of fresh flower arrangements available for delivery for most of Pitt County. Everything you need to make this Mother's Day a great one is at Farmville Flower Basket. Give them a call today at 753-4217 or stop by their shop on Main Street in Farmville.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
Cinco de Mayo!
Celebrate Cinco de Mayo this Saturday in Winterville at the Naughty Dog Brewing Company. Naughty Dog is releasing 3 beers on Saturday. We'll have 2 food trucks on site throughout the day, a piñata for the kids, and gift card giveaways all day long. The doors open at noon, and there's plenty of indoor and outdoor seating for everyone. Celebrate Cinco de Mayo this Saturday at Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville, and be sure to follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram for more fun. In studio today with Matlock, also known as Brad Evans to his friends and family. Why F3?
F3 is a great way to work out, get in shape, but most importantly, F3 is a way to get together with other guys in the community, develop a great group of friends, and have a good time doing it. What I'd tell people about F3 is don't be afraid to get up early in the morning to go work out. You can do it.
One letter, one number, F3. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
This is Brian Bailey, host of The Brian Bailey Show, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Got damage? Damage from wood rot, fixed. Damage from smoke or fire, fixed. Damage caused by water, fixed. If you've got damage, use a contractor that works for you and not your insurance company. Visit fixednc.com today or give them a call at 999-0001. That's 3 9s, 3 zeros, and a 1. Fixed NC, restore, renew, maintain. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Welcome back into Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Got a $10 gift card to Naughty Dog to give away at the end of this segment. After we talk to the voice, Jeff Charles, real quick. I got the official statement from Steven Igo, his team, the Denver Broncos, trading for Teddy Bridgewater. And he said his official statement is, should be a solid backup. Glad we don't have to pay much. Susan on Facebook Live, Chandler, said, we forgot to mention that Bridgewater gets $7 million from the Panthers. So they're paying a little bit of that. But
yeah, I saw $7 million from Carolina, $3 million from Denver.
Kind of like the deal with Washington, just Eric Flowers, where the the Jags, whatever team he was there, it might have been the Dolphins. Whoever it was is paying like the majority of his 2021 salary. But you did say financially it was good as far as the cap space for Carolina.
$13 million saved in cap.
Yeah, one of those things. So really, I mean, sounds like a good move on both sides. I mean,
win-win situation for
Bridgewater's going to have an opportunity to potentially play, and Carolina had no interest in playing Teddy Bridgewater. So good for both sides. We'll see how it works out. All right, let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line and visit with the voice, Jeff Charles. He joins us on this Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Voice, how you doing today?
Cliff, I'm doing great. I'll tell you what, it feels like summer here the last week of April, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Got some good weather, some feeling good in eastern North Carolina, a little heat out there, and makes you excited for the summer, Jeff. And, of course, you get through the summer and get into the fall, and that means the return of ECU football. And Jeff been saying that spring football is a bit of a tease. You get kind of excited about it for a few weeks, and boom, then it's taken away from you, and you got to ride out the summer until we get back there. But I don't know, a lot of positive momentum, a lot of positive vibes coming off of spring football as they had their final scrimmage on Saturday. And Jeff, I know you're not around the eastern North Carolina area right now, but I know you're tuned in. And I don't know, what's your gut feeling, Jeff, on what we're going to look like in 2021 when it comes to football?
Well, I'm like you, Clip, and I think I'm like a lot of Pirate fans. I'm cautiously optimistic about the start of another football season. Mike Houston is in his third year, so I think we can expect, and we should expect, improvement with this team and this program going into the fall. And he's got some veteran players who have been with him now going into their third year, and he's also recruited fairly well. And so they brought these kids along. I think that, defensive line, we talked about this, I think, last week, the fact that they force-fed so many kids up front last year, and with the hopes that that's going to pay off, and they do have so many more bodies to work with this year, and really did last year too. They really made that a priority in recruiting, Clip, that they had to go out and get a bunch of guys who were hopefully, bigger and stronger and better athletes on the defensive line, and that was probably the main part of their recruiting, main priority, and I think they've been able to do that. It's fun just to see how many guys they really have to work with there. So, competition, what's that old story in football about iron sharpens iron, and the fact that these guys are all going to have to really have good camps and really have to have a good summer of workouts because there's another guy there that's ready to take your job. So, that's a good part, I think, going in. There's more bodies with this program, and, of course, with Holton Ahlers now, I mean, Holton's a veteran. He's not the young kid that is taking snaps anymore. So we can expect improvement, I think, from Holtman. We know what a great leader he is and how much he means to this football program, and I expect him to step up. And the running backs were so good last year, the freshman running backs. You would expect them to get better as well. A little bit concerned with the receiving corps, although you've got some talent there, but I think Blake Pro is a loss, Clip, because he was the guy that was so consistent game after game, and he had the great hands, could really run great routes, really understood football, and was a lot faster than what people thought he was. So they've got to find a little more consistency there, I think, at that position. But Snead had the great spring game, and then we all know what a talent C.J. Johnson is. He just has to find a way to put it together, and then they got a whole bunch of tight ends, as you know. So, there's a lot of optimism. Now the schedule is tough, as we all know, and I think these out-of-conference games in September, I mean, they're so very important before you get to the American Athletic Conference schedule. And you and I were looking at the schedule the other day, and Pirates need to have some wins going into November because that November stretch is really, really tough.
Visiting with the voice, Jeff Charles. It will be certainly a challenging yet fun schedule for the Pirates coming up, including the opener against Appalachian State in Charlotte. And Jeff, I guess you're planning to be there in Charlotte. I talked to your broadcast partner, Kevin Monroe, on Tuesday and talked a little bit about how weird last year was. And I don't know, did you go back and look at it at the end of the year, Jeff? And did you miss the road venues? You probably didn't miss the travel that much. So what was your 2020 like calling games here from Greenville? And then are you ready to get back on the road?
Well, number one, it was different because I'd never gone through that, and broadcasters all over the country had never gone through anything like that as a society. We've never been through a year like 2020. So, yeah, Cliff, you kind of hit the nail on the head. I've been doing this a long time, and so it's just the next hotel room and the next airplane and the next food. But you just miss a lot not being close to the program and close to the team. I mean, we didn't even go to practice, and you didn't either. And that's always a big part of covering the team and finding out what's going on. And I did have a chance each and every week to sit down with Mike Houston and the coordinators in their offices, but not quite the same as going to practice. So, yeah, I'm ready to get back to it, Clip. I really am. The travel for football is not very difficult, to be honest with you, because all the games are chartered. With the exception of the ones that you can drive. Of course, the Pirates will drive to Charlotte and back, and so that's not a bad trip at all. But, basketball is when the travel really sets in because this league is so far-flung. There are a lot of trips going west out of Greenville, going to Texas and Louisiana and Oklahoma and everywhere in between. So that can be a grind, but that's all part of it. And we're pretty much used to it by now. We go back to the Conference USA days, and it was the same thing, and then the American Athletic Conference is much the same as far as the geography is concerned. So, yes, it'll be good to get back with the team. To answer your question, we are hopeful that we are going to be back and traveling. We're hopeful that we're going to be in Charlotte and doing the game from Charlotte coming up this particular September. And, I'm looking at baseball around the country now, and some major league teams are starting to travel. And, in fact, some of them weren't even traveling when the season started about a month ago, but some of them now are starting to travel, some of the television and radio crews with Major League Baseball. So I think that's a good sign, too. So we've got our fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll be sitting in the Queen City right there broadcasting the Pirate football game with Appalachian on September 2nd.
Man, that would be exciting. And, of course, coming off that, back here to Greenville to see the South Carolina Gamecocks finally come to town. Been waiting on them to make their trip to Greenville for a while now, Jeff, so that'll be a lot of fun as well. Between now and then, we got some postseason baseball to watch. ECU, their first conference split, Jeff, against UCF. They will be on the road against Wichita. It's interesting, Voice, that the next 8 games, ECU will play Wichita State and then play Tulane, who all of a sudden is vying for that top spot in the American. And then you're going to have the sites announced for regionals and the 16 teams that'll host a regional. So you've got 8 games and then that announcement, and then you've got 8 games on the road for the Pirates in the conference tournament. So they moved up the date. They're going to announce the regional sites this year. And I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see when the teams are announced, Jeff. Like, I don't know, how do they play after that? Do they get lax knowing that they've been called to host a regional? Does it motivate them to play even harder to try to get a top 8 spot? I'm kind of fascinated to see what happens when the announcements are made and you still got 12 or so games to go before you even get to play in that regional.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Cliff, and it's different. There's no doubt about that, but we all know what a taskmaster Cliff Godwin is, and he'll have his guys out there putting out 110% despite what happens as far as the selections are concerned, so not really too concerned about that. This series at Wichita State coming up is going to be very important. ECU needs to go out there and play well, and Cliff, I've mentioned this a number of times back in the day when I was doing baseball for ECU. I mentioned this oftentimes. The best college baseball atmosphere I had ever broadcast a game in was out at Wichita. And Wichita hosted a regional that particular year. And I can't tell you what an incredible atmosphere that was for college baseball. This goes back to when Coach O, Gary Overton, was the head coach. It was somewhere in 1991, 92-ish, somewhere in there. And they had like 6,500 every time Wichita played. And Gene Smithson was the head coach there, and Stevenson, was the head coach there, and he was a legendary coach. And he really had it going. I mean, Wichita was going to the College World Series, and they were a premier baseball program 25, 30 years ago. Now they stepped back a little bit, but now with Eric Hedges there, I mean, my goodness, they've got a chance to bring that program back. So I know they're down. They're still rebuilding somewhat. But they're going to be a good program in this conference, and they've got a great tradition to draw on. So on the road, Pirates will have to go out there and play well to see if they can win a series.
Visiting with the Voice, Jeff Charles. Jeff, I'm an NFL nut. I'm excited about Thursday night's NFL draft to see what my team does, to see how all these quarterbacks shake out. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence 1. It appears it'll be Zach Wilson 2. And then things kind of get going with the Niners there at 3. And then what do the Falcons do at 4? And you've got all these QBs that could go early. You got teams that could trade up. So I don't know, Jeff. I don't know if you get into this thing. I'm all into it and fascinated to see what happens coming up on Thursday night. Where's the draft on your sports radar right now?
Probably a casual fan at this point. I always get into the NBA draft, Clip, a lot more than I get into the National Football League draft, because usually after the first round, or maybe 2 at the most, then there are a lot of guys, unless you have a rooting interest on an East Carolina player being selected late, kind of loses a little interest with me, because you just got so many players that are being drafted. But it's always fun. It's a made-for-TV event starting on Thursday, starting tomorrow, and I know a lot of people are really interested in it. The NBA has been a draft that I've always paid a lot more attention to. It just seems like you can follow it a little easier because there are not as many players involved. But it's fun. And the Major League Baseball draft, which was kind of an afterthought for years, now that there's a lot more cable television coverage, and you've got the MLB channel that covers it now, where not that many years ago it wasn't covered hardly at all, but now that's become more of a made-for-TV event. People can follow the baseball draft as well. Hockey's always been, as you know, a pretty big deal, and it was hosted in Raleigh a couple of years ago, the NHL draft. So it's great for fans. It's great for TV. And I know a lot of people will be tuned in tomorrow night.
Jeff, Deontay Smith saw his stock really rise at the Senior Bowl, and you don't know what to trust on these mock drafts. Stephen Igo kind of put out a conglomerate of all the mock drafts, and Deontay was projected to go as high as second and as low as sixth. In the sixth round, I've seen him kind of in the fourth round. In fact, on multiple mock drafts, seen him going fourth to my Washington football team, which I would be excited about. But Deontay, of course, had the injury, set out in 2020, but man, was around those NFL coaches and scouts, Jeff, down there in Alabama, and apparently put on a show, because we heard a lot about him Senior Bowl week.
Yeah, we really did. He made a big impression down there, and he's a good kid. He's going to work hard. He's really developed his body. He's gotten bigger and stronger. They've always liked his athleticism, and it would really be good for the football program to have an East Carolina Pirate drafted. It has been quite a while since that has happened, Clip. As you know, a lot of guys are signing free agent contracts, and that's a tough way to go. But it'd be good for the program to have somebody drafted and have another Pirate, hopefully, in the National Football League. It just helps with everything. So I'm hoping for Deontay. He's a good kid. He's worked hard. I hope he hears his name called on Thursday night, or certainly Friday or Saturday.
We'll keep an eye on Blake Prohl, Jake Verity. If they're not drafted, Voice will certainly get a look when it comes to NFL free agency. Well, Jeff, what are you following right now? Major League Baseball, NBA, what else? Kentucky Derby coming up this weekend. So what's on Jeff's sports watch list at the moment?
I don't really have my Kentucky Derby hat at this Clip.
Yeah.
I do enjoy watching the race, and I do usually tune into it. But, no, this time of year, it's Major League Baseball, pretty much, and the NBA. Where I am now in northern Michigan, we get Bally Sports, which is the old Fox Sports. Up here it was Fox Sports Detroit, and now it's Bally Sports. And the good thing about this time of the year, Clip, if you're a sports fan up here, one night you've got the Tigers, the next night you've got the Pistons, and the next night you've got the Red Wings. And sometimes all three of them, or at least two of the three, are playing. And so, you've got two different channels you can go back and forth if you want to. I text Joe Dooley the other night because a former player that Joe had at Florida Gulf Coast, Brandon Goodwin, you may remember that name, a point guard. He played at UCF and transferred when Joe was at Florida Gulf Coast. He's playing for the Atlanta Hawks, and he had a really severe ankle injury the other night. He stepped on a guy's foot, and there went the ankle. And, Clip, I saw something in that game I don't think I have ever seen before. He was in excruciating pain. He really went down. And can you ever remember a wheelchair being brought out on a basketball floor and an injured player going off in a wheelchair?
The only time when I think wheelchair in basketball, I remember Paul Pierce going through like the tunnel in a wheelchair. I don't know if they got him off the court with it, but that is certainly a rare sight. I can't think of anything other than Paul Pierce in that tunnel, Jeff.
Yeah, well, I have never seen that before, and I'm sitting here watching the game, and they bring a wheelchair out, and they put Brandon in it, and they wheel him right off of the floor back in the tunnel, back into the locker room. And I thought to myself, have I ever seen a wheelchair come out on a basketball floor before? And I couldn't remember it, so I text Joe. I know that he would want to know that because Brandon's one of his former players, and I haven't really followed up to see how severe the injury is to him. But to get back to your point, Clip, this time of year, it's a good time of year to be a sports fan because you got Major League Baseball. If you like college baseball, you have that. You've got the NBA winding down, getting ready for the playoffs. You got the NHL winding down, getting ready for the playoffs. And my goodness, the Hurricanes have had just a terrific year. First place in the Central Division, and maybe we can talk more about them next week. So, it's a great time to be a sports fan because then the NFL draft, basically right now you've got all the sports covered, and you can sit there and watch games, listen to games, or follow games any way you want because basically everybody's going at this point.
I'm enjoying watching my Braves, Jeff, and of course Ronald Acuna Jr. is a superstar. Freddie Freeman's the MVP. Ozzie Albies a lot of fun, but my favorite player on this year's Braves roster has got to be Pablo Sandoval, who is still getting it done. He was discovered by a Giant scout 19 years ago, Jeff, and still getting it done today. Had a pinch hit RBI single last night. So the 34-year-old Husky Panda is still getting it done, and he is fun to watch hit. He is a professional hitter, boys. He's fun to watch.
He really is, and you're being kind calling him Husky, by the way.
Well, as a portly gentleman myself, I try to watch my words on how I describe people like me, Jeff.
Yeah, I know, but he's always been fun to watch. He's kind of a character, and last night I watched the Tigers up here, and last night the Tigers made 5 errors and still won the game.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how many times that's ever happened in the history of baseball, but they were kicking the ball all over the place. They've really struggled. They had 10 of their last 11 going into last night and did not play well at all, but did find a way to win the game. And by the way, Clip, our man Akil Baddoo has cooled off as we thought he would. I mean, he's a 22-year-old rookie, and he was just lights out coming out this year and playing so well. And, the book's out on him now, so pitchers are going to make adjustments. He's been around now for a month, and he's still playing really well. He's an exciting player to watch, but he's not hitting quite like he was early on. But he's a real talent. That kid is somebody that the Tigers can help in their rebuild, and that's what they're going through up here. They're in a total rebuild with this young pitching and a lot of guys that they're trying to get through the minor league system and get them into the big leagues. So it's another rebuild. And my other team, the Cincinnati Reds, of course, they've been struggling as well. And it's been tough for them too. So, we'll see what happens. They're not the only team that I think has really exceeded expectations, although we all knew they would be good, is Oakland. They had that 13-game winning streak. I mean, they were just blowing everybody out.
I still have to kind of rub my eyes and make sure I'm seeing the right thing when I see the Royals in first place, Jeff. That has been a surprise to start this 2021 MLB season. Jeff, always enjoy the sports chat with you. We'll do it again next week. Have a great rest of your week, voice, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay, Cliff. Thanks so much. Talk with you next week.
Sounds good. Appreciate the time, as always. Jeff Charles joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. All right, let's make you a winner on a Wednesday, our first of 3 gift cards.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
We have 3 $10 gift cards to give away to Naughty Dog. And man, this is pretty cool. They got a big Cinco de Mayo celebration going on Saturday at the Naughty Dog Brewing Company in Winterville, releasing 3 new beers. A couple of food trucks going to be out there, piñata for the kids, and giveaways all day long. And we are giving away a $10 gift card right now to caller number
4.
Caller 4, 317-1250, our first of 3 giveaways on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. 317-1250, caller 4 is the winner. We'll be back to wrap up hour number 1 of Pirate Radio Live after this.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer, nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly. Weekends are made for A.J. McMurphy's. Start your Sunday fun day at A.J.'s. A.J.'s is now serving brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Enjoy your weekend with live music on Friday night and Saturday night with no cover charge. And you can catch all of the MLB and ECU baseball action on A.J.'s TVs. See you this weekend at A.J. McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
In studio today with Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions. And Tony, you love to help people remodel spaces or even do new construction.
We do, and we also can help people find financing when they want to do projects like this. And so we partner with folks like Joey Barrow with Annie Mac Mortgage.
And Joey's in studio with us as well. And Joey, people have a lot of financing questions to be able to help reach the home of their dreams, whether it's remodel or new construction.
No matter how large or small the project may be, we have options for you. Even if you have credit concerns, we provide guidance to help you get the home of your dream or turn the home that you currently have into the home of your dream.
Joey, how can folks get up with you?
You can call us today at 917-8400, or you can go to our website at greenville.annie-mac.com.
And Tony, what about if people have renovation questions? How can they get up with AG Home Solutions?
You can contact us at 947-2526 or check out our website at aghomesolutions.com.
Thanks again to Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions and Joey Barrow from Annie Mac Mortgage joining us today.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Wait till I tell you about this coaching giant from yesteryear. It's hard to believe. Coming up next.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
John Gilbert, ECU Athletic Director.
For the immediate future, there are really three things I'm kind of focusing on. One is stabilizing our budget. Two, competitive excellence. We need to win. And then the third piece would be our student-athlete life.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
With the NCAA basketball tournament in Indiana, one of the venues has been Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. The iconic building is named after Tony Hinkle, who coached at Butler, and man, did he ever coach at Butler. He won 560 games as the basketball coach, 183 games as the football coach, and 335 games as the baseball coach. Coach Hinkle started his career at Butler in 1926 and retired in 1970. He introduced the orange basketball in the late 50s. He also developed the Hinkle system, an offense based on motion passes and screens that was adopted by over 200 college coaches. The Logansport, Indiana native is in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, and the Indiana Football Hall of Fame. So the next time you hear about Hinkle Fieldhouse, think about the man for whom the building is named after. Come on back again next time and we'll visit inside the booth.
National Signing Day has come and gone, but that doesn't mean the recruiting news cycle is stopping. In fact, the Pirates still have their sights set on top targets in the transfer portal and have already turned their attention to the 2022 class. HoistTheColors.net has the latest on ECU recruiting from a football perspective, and we also cover basketball and baseball commitments like no others. Sign up now and get your first month for a single $1 to get the latest scoop on your favorite Pirate teams, along with in-depth baseball and spring football coverage in the months ahead. HoistTheColors.net.
Pirate Radio.
I'll listen to you guys all the time, especially when it's coming up to game week with the Pirates, and I assure you I'll be listening to Pirate Radio at some point during the fall this year.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Get educated and make prudent decisions about your financial future. Contact David Dom at Carolina Wealth Management today at 439-1344 for a free consultation. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, welcome back into the program. Coming up Thursday, 5 o'clock, we will talk to the head football coach of the Pirates, Mike Houston. He'll join us inside the Pirate Radio studios to recap spring ball, talk about what's ahead in the summer, and look ahead towards the fall. Looking forward to that. SEC fans are looking forward to their football. I saw on Twitter not that long ago, they already announced their SEC football media day schedule. Monday, July 19th, Dan Mullen, Ed Orgeron, and the new coach at South Carolina, Shane Beamer. Let's play a little game here, Chandler. I'm going to name an SEC coach. You tell me what team he coaches.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of first and second year guys in the SEC.
Okay.
Let's start with Sam Pittman.
Arkansas.
Very good. Well done. This will get you ready for trivia tonight at AJ's. A little warm-up sesh.
Okay.
Eli Drinkwitz.
Missouri.
Well done. Good job. Josh Heupel.
He is at Tennessee.
Went from UCF to Tennessee. Brian Harsin.
Vanderbilt.
That is incorrect. He is at Auburn. He was what?
Brian Harsin is his name.
Was that Boise?
Yes, it was Boise's. Was it their head coach?
I think so. Let me find. I think so. Brian Harsin.
But, Mason is out at Vanderbilt, so they have a new coach too, right?
They do. That's why I saved.
Man.
That's why I saved Harsin and Clark Lee. LEA. Clark Lee is at Vanderbilt.
Wow. So the SEC with a lot of new faces.
First and second year coaches, all around there. Brian Harsin was the head coach at Boise State. Who is the current head coach at Boise State? That is a good question.
I feel like it's going to be a name that we know.
I feel like it's going to be a name we don't know. It is. I don't know. Andy Avalos.
Don't know who that is.
I don't either. And didn't Chris Peterson step down at Washington?
Did he? Didn't we bring up Chris Peterson the other day? I think it was off the air when we did this, but we were talking about Chris Peterson.
Yeah, he stepped down, I'm pretty sure. And
now,
this is a segment called "Did He?" What were
Who's
you
at Arizona now? Kevin Sumlin's out.
Oh God! See, this is a great exercise. I need to. Good question. Let's see. Arizona Wildcats head football coach. Do they have a basketball coach, by the way? Because their basketball coach.
Oh man,
down too.
We're going down a whole different loophole.
Arizona Cardinals head football coach is Jed Fish.
Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Wildcats football coach is Jed Fish.
What's up, Jed? Jed sounds like a guy that likes to fish.
Jed Fish. Who the hell is that?
Damn, what happened to college football?
It's just like the Tommy Lloyd is the head basketball coach at Arizona.
Tommy Lloyd.
The more I age, the less I know about what's happening currently in sports. I am trapped in the late 90s.
Is old man Herm Edwards still the head coach at Arizona State?
You're damn right he is. They're playing to win the game.
You play to win the game.
At Arizona State. So, look, there's a little exercise for you folks out there. I bet
my muscles are stretched.
I bet you learned something you did not know.
I am loose.
A lot of new faces there in the SEC. A lot of new faces all across of college sports.
I'm excited about trivia tonight, Clip. You mentioned that we're going to hit on a lot of NFL draft. Obviously, the draft is tomorrow night and going through Saturday. I feel like I have some great knowledge about the NFL draft. You had the NFL draft question last week. I think you gave us each team in the NFL their first pick since 2000.
No. First running back selected in each draft.
Tomato. But I did do good with that.
Mm-hmm.
My proudest answer was Bishop Sankey for the Titans in 2014.
He was the first running back selected in the 2014 draft.
And now Bishop Sankey, I think, is a cashier at a CVS. Because I have not heard of Bishop Sankey, I believe, since he was drafted.
Who was the first ever pick by the Carolina Panthers?
Kerry Collins.
That is correct. Which I learned that 1995 NFL draft. So the Panthers, did they have the first pick in that draft and then traded it?
Well, it was us in Jacksonville.
And I know it wasn't Jacksonville because I guess Tony Baselli 2 weeks ago when we had the named the first overall picks, he was the number 2 pick by Jacksonville.
Oh, wow.
Aaron McNair, 3rd overall. My favorite player as a kid, Michael Westbrook, 4th overall by the Redskins. But the Bengals did trade up with the Panthers to get that pick and drafted Kajana Carter, who just had tons of injury issues and didn't work out.
So the first year that the Panthers were eligible to draft, they traded back?
Correct.
Wow.
And were able to get some extra picks out of it. So, had the opportunity to take the first guy off the board. I wonder if they had a coin flip with the Jaguars. Let's look at, before we take a timeout, Panthers first rounders over the years.
Okay.
They had 3 first rounders in 1995. So that's probably why they traded. They help them. Kerry Collins, Tyrone Poole, and Blake Brockermeyer. Tim Biakabatuka was their first round pick in 96. They had a good second round pick that year, Musim Muhammad. Ray Caruth. We don't talk about him.
No. Actually, he was released from prison in Clinton, North Carolina, where I'm from.
Jason Peter, friend of the C3 podcast, was the first-round pick in 1998.
I'll be a friend of the podcast tomorrow night.
That is correct. Rashard Anderson, never heard of him. First-round pick in 2000. Dan Morgan has the record for the most tackles in a Super Bowl game.
20?
He was the first pick of the 2000 first-rounder, 2001. 2002, a lot of Panthers fans' all-time favorite Panther, Julius Peppers, was the pick. Got Deshaun Foster in round 2. Jordan Gross, he was a great Panther. He was a first-round pick in 03. Chris Gamble from Ohio State, the corner, picked in 04. Thomas Davis, who finally retired, right?
Yes.
I think he finally hung it up.
He actually had a joint retirement with Greg Olsen.
He had the ugly jacket you were talking about.
Yeah, it was basically a uniform and a suit and tie.
But he was a great Panther over the years.
Yep.
D'Angelo Williams in 06. Big Beast, John Beeson in 07.
I was a big Beeson fan.
Jonathan Stewart and Jeff Ota in 2008. No pick there. No pick there. Cameron Newton.
10 years ago today.
Luke Kuechly.
Look, I was going to see if I can remember.
All right. After Kuechly, 2013, you went defense.
We went defense. Was it Star Lotulelei?
It was. 2014, you went offense.
Kelvin Benjamin.
2015, you went defense.
Werner, no. Oh, crap. Was it, I'm going to go defense attack. Was it Vernon Butler?
Shaq Thompson.
Oh.
2016, you went defense.
Vernon Butler.
2017.
Christian McCaffrey.
18. Offense.
Oh, man. And this is the most recent. You said offense. It was, crap.
It was DJ Moore.
Oh.
Question for you. Would you rather have DJ Moore or Calvin Ridley?
DJ Moore.
He went 2 picks ahead of Calvin Ridley.
DJ Moore.
Did you say BJ Moore?
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
I
want more.
Brian Burns and Derek Brown, the most recent first-rounders for the Panthers. What will they do on Thursday night, Chandler? Who will be the next first-round pick for the Panthers?
It's very interesting, and it's very exciting, too. I believe if a quarterback is on the board, the Panthers will go with the quarterback, and it could easily be, with the rumors going around the past couple of days, it could be Justin Fields.
That would be pretty exciting. I still think he is being downgraded because of Dwayne Haskins, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I actually listened to another guy that the Panthers are eyeing on, but his stock has risen in the offseason. Trey Lance was on with Jim Rome today, so I listened to him.
Trey. You're on with Romy.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed his interview. But, you're looking at a guy like Trey Lance, and you go, all right, well, he's, only got 1 year of college ball of film. But, yeah, Justin Fields, if he's there, I really do think that the Panthers get the Buckeye.
All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back, talk some ECU baseball with Corey Gloor, play-by-play voice for the baseball Pirates. He is set to head to Wichita for the Shockers and the Pirates. We will talk about that series, recap a little bit of the UCF series, and look ahead. Pirate baseball, what it looks like as far as postseason play is concerned. All that and more with Corey Gloor when we return after this.
This Saturday, come shop for local crafts at the Slice Market on Fire Tower Road next to Sam Jones Barbecue. The Slice Market will be open this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and will feature local vendors with handmade, homemade goods made right here from Eastern North Carolina. The Slice Market will also have food trucks on site. Shop and support your local craft vendors this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Slice Market on Fire Tower Road next to Sam Jones Barbecue. For more information or to become a vendor, search the Slice Market on Facebook.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Big Ed Watkins here from Ed Watkins Marine. You use the internet to shop for clothes to cars, so why not use it to shop for boats? Get your best price now at Ed Watkins Marine. We are located in Lake Norman, but we will deliver anywhere in North Carolina, from offshore center consoles and bass boats to just cruising or fishing the lakes of the intercoastal waterways. We have something for everyone. Go online now at Ed Watkins Marine and see our selection. Stick with a pirate and shop Ed Watkins Marine for all your next boats.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
In studio today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys can help people with any aches or pains.
Yep, we sure can. As it's getting warmer, we know more people are outside, wanting to be more active, and we know spring sports are in play as well. And so if you've got a knee or ankle injury, whether it's just a strain or a sprain, we've got specialists there to treat the weekend warrior and the athlete. For more information, visit us online at kptonline.com or call us at 364-2806.
Hey Birdland, Orioles 2021 single game tickets are on sale now at Orioles.com/tickets. Tickets are flexible and affordable. Individual tickets start as low as $15. Purchase your single game tickets and choose from popular promo dates, including the Memorial Day Beach Towel and more. Plus, to make sure your experience is worry-free, we've introduced enhanced game day health and safety protocols. Capacity is limited, so select your dates and purchase tickets now at Orioles.com/tickets.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Villa Verde on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos by the hospital are open for you, serving unique and healthy dishes for the Dominican Republic. Order online at myvillaverde.com or the Villa Verde app. You can order a family meal that feeds 6 to 7 people, and they'll have it ready for curbside pickup today. Whether it's dine-in or takeout, Villa Verde is a platform for good. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, welcome back into the program. Clip Rock here with you. We got soccer on the TV because Corey's Brewers are getting beat by the Marlins, I believe. And they are, yes. That notwithstanding, I've been seeing this on social media, the call.
Interference call.
So are they saying the pitcher got in the way of the runner?
Yeah.
And they allowed him to be safe?
Yes.
Google that up or check out your highlights.
Marty Foster has had a rough day at first base today in Milwaukee.
What a... Oh, my God.
It's truly, like, I know this could sound hyperbolic. That's one of the worst calls I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And then another run would score in that inning.
That is awful. So check that one out, folks. That will be on the low light reel for MLB umpires. All right, Corey Gloor is here. You will see Corey Gloor on an upcoming episode of Pirate Radio Trivia. We had a battle of the voices between Corey Gloor and Chris Haymeyer, and we'll be dropping that soon. And don't want to spoil anything. I will just say
I've signed an NDA.
Both of you know your Great Lakes.
Well, I believe, I mean, you know, I am a Midwesterner. I believe Chris is in some capacity. Depends on your definition of Missouri as the Midwest.
Correct.
Which I do group Missouri into the Midwest.
I do as well. Yeah. And that's kind of why I came up with that category, like Illinois, and just kind of kept going up. And, okay, there's lakes somewhere up there.
Way to describe the Midwest region to your listening audience. You go up there and there's some lakes.
Get a blank sheet of paper, folks. I'm going to draw a map of America in my head right now. You go out there, you go up there. But both you guys were very impressive with your knowledge of the Great Lakes. I will say that. All right, Corey is heading to the Midwest. Is Kansas?
Now, this one is not the Midwest to me. This is the Great Plains of the United States. Now, I mean, you will find people, including a producer of ours in the network who is from Kansas and declares that Kansas is Midwest. In my upbringing as a Midwestern kid, was never looping Kansas or Nebraska or the Dakotas in the Midwest. That's the Great Plains of the U.S. to me.
It is interesting that you consider...
And we'll talk about this on the air this weekend.
Missouri, the Midwest, when Kansas is more west and mid than Missouri.
Missouri is on the Mississippi River.
Okay.
And to me, that is kind of, if you're attached to that in some capacity and north of the Mason-Dixon line, you're in the Midwest.
I tell you what, I am enjoying this conversation. I'm looking at a map of the United States right now. It's color-coded. It's easy to read.
There are 50 states shown to you there.
Soon to be 51.
Is that going through? Are we getting D.C.?
I don't know, and I don't understand the pros or cons of it, but I don't like it just because I like the even 50, to be honest.
Well, and you bring in a 52nd.
Yeah, got a state expansion.
Yeah, I mean, talk about all the conference expansion over the years. Now we're going full United States expansion.
Funny story. I was wearing my Pirate Radio 51st State t-shirt and went to Walgreens last week, and it was on the day where a lot of that chatter was coming out about D.C. and the 51st State, and the girl working there said, "You're going to have to update your shirt." And I was like...
Talk to your marketing team here.
Huh? Oh, yeah, I saw that. And made for a nice talking point out in public. So there you go. Talking in public with mask is strange. We talked about this yesterday. You don't realize how much you read lips until you can't see the lips.
Totally 100% agree with you. It will take some adjustment, I think, getting back to that now that we can talk outdoors without masks starting tomorrow night.
Oh, is that right?
Yep, that was laid out by the governor today. Friday night, I should say. Friday night mask mandate outdoors is gone.
Damn it. So I got to wear one tomorrow night.
Yes, you do have to wear one tomorrow night when you're running around, I'm assuming, setting small brush fires.
So, Corey, I came up with the Gloverton and Calcum, I guess.
You came up with both.
If we're being honest. Brad says you guys need a nickname. Glock.
Like the gun?
It promotes...
No, we have a nickname. Or Chicken and Waffles.
Yeah. Given by our mutual friend Terrence.
Yeah.
I don't mind Glock. It makes us sound a lot tougher than we really are.
It makes us sound like the celebrity couple that I think the community envisions we are.
Like, did J-Lo and A-Rod have one?
Oh.
I guess Benifer was a popular one. Was Brangelina,
yes. All the ones that no longer exist.
That is correct. Boy, these celebrity couples, Corey, what are you going to do, huh?
I mean, just don't get married.
That's
my advice.
Are you following that advice?
Currently, yes.
Are you single?
I am single, yes.
All right. I'm just curious for the ladies out there.
Boy, we have We're hitting on everything except what I'm here to talk about so far. We're talking about where I hail from.
Yeah.
We were talking a little politics, and now we're talking about my relationship status.
Now your
Corey, I do have a question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What
to
is
Shirley
your
Rhodes.
murder weapon of choice?
Oh, nice.
Well, see, you're talking to a guy who loves the game Clue. Like, I will drop everything I'll drop a baby to play Clue.
Nice.
Murder weapon of choice. I think it would be. I'd want to get really creative, but then it would fall flat on my face. So then I just bludgeon someone with a 9-iron. Like that's what I go with.
All right.
Yeah.
9-iron.
Shirley went with baseball, softball bat. So,
Yep.
Well, with the way I hit the softball bat, I ain't hitting anything with that.
She asked that question, and a great question it is, Shirley, because on Friday we talked to Jake Verity, Blake Prohl, Deontay Smith, and I found a list of the weirdest questions ever asked to draft prospects, and that was one of them.
Who in the right mind? Exactly. What are you deducing out of that answer for a draft prospect?
As I told Blake,
Oh no, that's just that's not even close to one of the more invasive questions.
When the
they
Eagles
ask.
are making guys play rock paper scissors via Zoom and
to
then
test their
giving them
competitiveness.
Jeopardy questions.
Yeah.
What?
Corey, one more for you. I'm sorry to ask.
No, that's fine.
Do you find your mother attractive?
What in the world? She is a lovely, pretty lady.
I got asked that question.
That was one of the questions
along
that
with
has been asked
when
to
did
a
I?
prospect.
Yeah, along with when did I lose my virginity? That was another one.
This is not an Oedipus situation.
I know. Yeah, I know.
All right, so that's what people want to know about their draft picks. Apparently,
boxers are briefs.
You didn't ask Mitchell Trubisky the important questions during the draft process and see what happened.
No, you know what they actually did? You know what the Bears did? You know what they were wowed by Mitchell Trubisky? He showed up to the team dinner in his old grandmother's car, and the team loved him for it.
Oh, I like this guy.
And so they drafted him a spot above where they were slotted.
Yeah.
And now he's no longer with the team.
Although they might have ended up making the right pick now with what's going on with the other quarterback in that draft. Not Mahomes, the other one. Your softball teammates want to know, what does Corey think about the new starting pitcher taking the mound for the B team tomorrow night?
I don't know who it is. I haven't been told. Someone is taking my spot as I will be a time zone away.
That's correct.
So I don't know who is taking my spot on the pitching rubber tomorrow at Boyd Lee. Okay. So, but I bet they will be better than I am.
Well, when do you guys need? You have to announce your starter soon, so we all know. So
well, that's up to our coach.
Prepare. Well, I want to hear it though.
Casey Singer needs to announce his starting pitcher, at least to his team at the minimum.
Enough nonsense. Let's talk Pirate baseball. Corey, Cliff Godwin is one of those guys that when you kind of set him up for a question and you set him up for the answer you want to get, he usually diverts and goes the opposite way. That's just kind of one of his traits that I've found throughout the years.
Okay.
You actually set him up after Sunday, and he rode right with it. And because he probably couldn't deny it, where you talked about the reason the Pirates lost, the main reason was the free passes and the lack of free passes allowed by UCF on Sunday, the amount of walks and hit batsmen by ECU on Sunday, which was a complete flip from Saturday. But I just that made me perk up because you set it up that way, and he was like, "Yeah, you're right, Corey." So, whoa, Cliff Godwin agreed with the question that was being asked. Interesting.
Well, because when push came to shove, that was the story of the series, not just Sunday. I mean, Sunday it certainly got the spotlight because when you walk 10 and then hit 4, and then you only are able to get 3 walks offensively, then yeah, it's easy to frankly boil down what the issue was on Sunday, and then 30 free passes across the 4 games for Pirate pitching. That sticks out with a sore thumb. And when you condense all 4 into one viewpoint there, that's clearly kind of the obvious thing you look at.
Now, there were a number of Pirate fans complaining about the crowding of the plate by the Knights. And what I've said is, if the ump's not going to do anything about it, then as a pitcher you have to adjust at that point. So it's not sour grapes or anything. But was it egregious in your opinion what they were doing?
No. To me, and to put it bluntly, it was just Pirate pitching being really ineffective at pitching inside. I mean, that especially on Friday night in Game 2 of that series, where I think that was the night where Jordan Rathbone got hit 4 times and they hit 5 all told in that game. there weren't many moments where I felt as though there was a UCF hitter that was hanging out over home plate. Rathbone got the brunt of all of he wore most of them, and he's a good 8 inches offside the inside, off the inside line there. So they don't move. They don't move when pitches are coming their way. And yeah, some guys might be a little bit closer than others, but they are taught that as part of what they coach there in Orlando to not be afraid to get hit by something. It's part of East Carolina's makeup as well. Just UCF has been wearing them a lot more here of late. When they were spinning and moving this past weekend, it was to get hit in a spot where it would be less painful. Like, there were some obvious, no doubt hit batters this weekend. It had nothing to do with supposedly any nights that were crowding the plate. I didn't notice anything abnormal there.
Gavin Williams on fire right now. You've got Jake Kuchmaner struggling. Tyler Smith had been pretty solid but had a bad Sunday, and now Carson Wisenhunt is out, and as of right now, Corey, is his status unclear for Friday?
It's still unclear from what I've heard. They're crossing their fingers and think that he'll be good to go for this weekend, but from everything I've heard, they don't know yet, and they're probably going to be quiet on that for as long as possible for Wichita State scouting purposes here. But yeah, it was a rough go for the pitching this weekend by and large. When you're down one of your main starters, things have to get reshifted around, and you saw kind of the cons of that, both Friday night and the spot start there for Garrett Saylor, who struggled, and then figuring out the rest of the bullpen now that he was absent there. So if the Pirates are thin again this weekend in the starting rotation, they'll have to figure it out again here and find a way to work through a pretty injured team as well in Wichita.
We'll see your question. We will go around the horn on that one in just a little bit. Moving forward, Corey, it sounds like Cliff Godwin is going to stay with his guys. He said on Sunday that he has a gut feeling that the Pirates are going to pitch well in Wichita coming up this weekend, and that includes the veteran Jake Kuchmaner. That includes Smitty as well. So no changes moving forward with those guys.
No, I don't think so. I think Cliff is really good at knowing when there might be a slight lack of focus at times over the course of a series, and he sensed that, especially from his pitching staff throughout those 4 games. And so there will be a resetting of the mind here this week. It was not mentioned by the coaching staff, and we rarely brought it up on the broadcast over the weekend, but a small part of that I will always maintain from what we saw in that 2-2 split was having the week off before, and especially if you're a relief pitcher, going that long without an outing and not having a lot of time to get into a rhythm, that's going to hurt. And we did see that a lot over the course of the weekend with the Knights. So I think getting back into what is this regular routine now is going to be helpful for this club.
That reminds me of the struggles coming off the COVID pause for ECU basketball. And now we saw kind of a COVID pause to no fault of ECU's own, with Houston not playing a couple weekends ago. Maybe affected the Pirates against UCF. The bullpen, the pitching, according to Corey Gloor anyway. Corey, the walks and hit batsmen over the weekend, did that overshadow Agnos hitting a solo home run and that's it for Sunday? Like one run?
Well, I think it's what a lot of people are focusing on, because a lot of folks are not pleased with the 2-2 split over the weekend. But if been paying attention to what he has done since league play has started, he might be the most consistent hitter on this club right now, and he is now a force, and we'll see if he moves up a little bit in the order because of what he's been doing. He is the type of guy where he will rally a dugout just by kind of his nature. He's a very extroverted guy, and now with what he's been doing over the last month with his bat, he's also showing it by example offensively. He's not just drawing walks, which he was great at. Now he's barreling up baseballs, and he puts a charge into everything he hits. And on top of that, he's playing a really great third base. And so now we're seeing a lot of what we heard about for Zach coming in last year as a freshman, and all the talk we heard about one Agnos leading to another, and the type of guy the Pirates are going to get here from Zach Agnos over the last 5 weeks or so. We've really seen it come to play.
And I was more referring to, Zach Agnos coming alive, but just one run, just him, nothing else.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
The lack of hitting around.
I apologize. I misunderstood your question.
I would love to talk about how well Zach's doing.
do that again, Clip. I apologize profusely. No, that's a big part of Sunday as well. They could not figure out Jack Sinclair, and that was a guy who, heading into that game, was been wild for most of the season. He really good at controlling walks, but he does leak out of the zone. He usually hits a batter a game at minimum. That was the string heading into that contest, and he was really kind of getting the Pirate hitters on their back heels, aside from Agnos, and then they got him out of the game. Sinclair ran out of gas, and then in the 8th inning, the Pirates were mounting a rally but could not capitalize, and that was the end of the game there in the 8th inning. So instead of a series win, it's a rare split.
Corey Gloor joining us. We'll do a quick Wichita State preview when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley, let's do another giveaway. Win It Wednesday.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
My song interrupted myself. 3 $10 gift card winners. We've given out one. Let's give out one right now. 317-1250 to Naughty Dog in Winterville. The Naughty Dog Brewing Company Cinco de Mayo Spectacular going on this Saturday with food trucks, piñata for the kids, gift card giveaways, and 3 beers that they will be releasing coming up on Saturday. 317-1250. We'll do caller 4 at 317-1250. You can be a winner when we return. More with Corey Gloor. We'll preview the Shockers and Pirates after this.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Former Pirate receiver Larry Shannon.
We just had one goal in mind as we went to the Liberty Bowl in 1995, and that was to win. Coach Logan had this slogan of unfinished business, and that was kind of our motivation all year. And I just remember that game. Offensively, we didn't play very well. Obviously, Stanford had a good defense as well. And I remember our defense just carrying us and pulling us through and making the plays, to get that big victory for the program.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
How much does the word reliable mean? Sure, all businesses describe themselves as reliable, and we certainly wouldn't expect any business to be unreliable, but when you take a word like reliable and make it your way of life, the entire core of your business, it tends to mean a little more. And it's something you have to show people, not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC, because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals. Reliable for over 4 decades. Visit DelcorInc.com today.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
We're midway through bath time, and 2 medium 2-topping Domino's pizzas for $5.99 each have begun their drive to the Smith's front door. That's a GPS-enabled custom delivery alert, folks. The newest improvement to the Domino's tracker, saying Domino's will be there in 2 minutes. They're calling it audible. Bath time's now rinse time. They've got 1 kid dry, 2 kids dry. The pizzas are here. They made it to the door. The kids are clean enough. The new Domino's tracker with GPS worked again.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
Name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
This is Billy Weaver from WITN. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. And congratulations to Brad Woodard of Farmville. Picked up a $10 gift card courtesy of Naughty Dog on our Win It Wednesday. Celebrate Cinco de Mayo this Saturday in Winterville at the Naughty Dog Brewing Company. Naughty Dog is releasing 3 beers on Saturday. They'll also have 2 food trucks on site throughout the day. They'll have a piñata for kids and gift card giveaways all day long. Doors open at noon, and there's plenty of indoor and outdoor seating for everyone. Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville. And be sure to follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram for more fun. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, we'll open up the Fixed NC Live line once again in hour 3 of today's show. Got a few more minutes to go here with Corey Gloor, the play-by-play voice for ECU baseball. We talked to Jeff Charles in hour 1 and how they did not go on road trips for football in 2020, and how most of the time when he's on the road with football and basketball, especially basketball, it's kind of like you get there, go to the hotel, do the game, leave. Like there's not much sightseeing going on.
Sure.
Corey, how about a 3-game baseball series over a weekend? Now your Fridays are pretty shot.
Yeah, now it's 4 games.
I should say. Your Fridays are shot with the doubleheader. Maybe some Saturday night sightseeing. Yeah. And then Sunday, you're heading out of town. I looked up things to do in Wichita for you.
Okay, let me get my notes up.
Number 1, the Sedgwick County Zoo.
Okay.
3,000 animals, nearly 400 species.
That's a bushel of animals.
Yeah.
A gloat, if you will.
Botanica.
Like a botanical garden?
The Wichita Gardens.
Okay.
It looks like a swamp.
No, it's a botanical garden.
The Keeper of the Plains. It's a landmark. So you can go see that.
Oh, it's like a sculpture sort of thing.
Old Cowtown Museum.
I have heard the Cowtown area of Wichita is a pretty good spot. There are a lot of restaurants and drinking establishments there, and just walking around. It's supposed to be a cool area.
Museum of World Treasures. Frank Lloyd Wright's Allen. Whoa.
This is Frank Lloyd Wright's Allen House.
This is like Ruth's Chris. Frank Lloyd Wright's Allen House.
Yeah, one of his many houses.
All right. Great Plains Nature Center. They got a lot of museums. Wichita Art Museum. Old Town.
This is right up my alley. Because I'm an old dude.
Arkansas River Trail. There's a lot of water you didn't know about.
Yeah, well, because when I was there 2 years ago, we did not wildly go into the city at all. We stayed I'm pretty sure it was eastern side of the city, and then the campus is just on the eastern edge as well. So we never actually went into town.
All right, well, I found out where I'm going, Corey. I am going to the Pizza Hut Museum.
Yes, Pizza Hut is, I believe, was established there in some capacity.
That's where I'm headed when I go to Wichita. All right, there you go, Corey. Hopefully you got some options there.
I do, thank you.
You will also be calling 4 baseball games between the Pirates and the Shockers.
That's the plan.
A couple weeks ago, the Shockers were looked at as the team that could contend at the top of the AAC with the Pirates. Now, that team is Tulane, it appears, who will be coming to town next weekend. Corey, what has happened to Wichita here in the past couple weeks?
Well, their first baseman, Garrett Kosis, is now likely done for the year with a broken wrist. Got injured a few weekends ago against Houston, and since then, this offense has really backslid. They have had a lot of trouble replacing. He led the league in homers and RBIs when he got hurt, and so that is a huge bat out of the middle of that order that they have really scrambled to try and make up for. And the guy that they have had backing up at first base, he got injured last week against Cincinnati, so he might be doubtful for this weekend. They have a good table setter in Jack Segris. He's one of the more consistent all-around players in the league, but no one's been able to knock him in behind him, where that offense was really kind of structured around Garrett Kosis and what he had done in the first 6 weeks of the year. Now they can't find a replacement for him, and they have had a lot of struggles and inconsistencies starting pitching now over the last couple of weeks. So their preseason conference pitcher honoree Liam Eddy has been really good at times, and he has a blow-up moment, and then suddenly Wichita's down 4 or 5 runs. So it's been a real problem over the last few weeks finding some frontline pitching to lead things off in games. If they have a lead late, they have a really good back end of the bullpen, but it's been tricky over the last couple of weeks having a late lead.
See if the Pirates can get to them early and often. Gavin Williams on the mound for Game 1. I haven't seen an official.
I would be surprised if that moves off of Game 1 with what he's done there so far.
He has been fantastic. We'll have to see about Game 2. We did speculate earlier in the week, I can't remember if it was Ronnie or Igo, that it almost felt like a spot start for Saylor in Wisenhunt's spot, so we're just going to put you in for this game. If Wisenhunt is out again, do they move Kuchmaner up? Do they move Smith up and then maybe go Game 4 with a Saylor or the fill-in? Or do you think they leave that second game Friday night with the person who is filling in for Wisenhunt?
Well, I think they might structure it a little bit differently if they need to fill a void in the starting pitching position at some point the weekend, where they can let the series play out with how their pitching goes and then work on Sunday, as the weekend progresses, rather than putting someone in early in the weekend. I think by and large they didn't want to disrupt the schedules of Kuchmaner on Saturday, Smith on Sunday. If they're forced in a position where Wisenhunt is not able to go again this weekend, that might refocus things and maybe change their strategy a little bit. Maybe Kuchmaner and Smith bumped up a day, and then you just roll the dice with the first 3 games, see how your arms look, and then go to someone for that final game on Sunday. But I'm not sure.
Will Connor Norby snap out of his 2-game hitless streak?
I think so. I'm
joking.
Going to wager that he'll get a hold of one in some capacity. He usually does. He usually finds a way.
Yeah, I hope the offense gets clicking a little more than it did, at least on Sunday. It was, as you said, Sinclair was good. As Cliff Godwin said, Sinclair was good. So we shall see. When the Pirates head to Wichita, Will had a question inside the Facebook Live room. And, we do have, I didn't see this. Thank you, Redbeard, for putting this out there. Gavin Williams and Cooch will go in 1 and 2. TBA games 3 and 4.
That's from Brian Bailey.
From Double B, Brian Bailey.
Well, here's where I will say that if it's officially out there, I can say I didn't know that for the last few days, but I always be careful until it's officially out there.
Wait, yes. You lied to me?
No, I'm covering my bases. I was off the record. I knew about.
But you lied to me.
And now it's on the record, so there you go.
Did you lie, though?
No, I didn't lie to you.
Or did you admit the truth?
Well, now I had gotten clued in earlier off the record that this might be in play here. It is now on the record thanks to the godfather of sports in Greenville, Brian Bailey.
The OG.
Yeah, so it will be Williams and Kuchmaner on Friday for the double.
Okay, I don't even know you anymore. Will says, what baseball player, and this does not say ECU baseball player, it says what baseball player, dead or alive, you could add to ECU's team right now. Who would you add?
Just anybody?
That is a wide margin of options there.
Ted Williams? Like what are the parameters here?
No, that's a great. I mean, would you add him? Would you add Roger Clemens or Nolan Ryan or something? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
1999 Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, I mean, just any of them will do. I mean, yeah, sure. Mike Trout, ECU commit. Come on back. He's got some years of eligibility.
Chandler, what baseball player, alive or dead, would you add?
Corey just stole mine. I was going to say the guy that was committed to play baseball here, Mike Trout.
Yeah. What about a story?
What about a story?
If Mike Trout was in that purple and gold, that would have been something else.
And maybe with the struggling with pitchers this past weekend, maybe Mackenzie Gore.
Okay, you're going pretty recent here.
And commits. Yeah, ECU commits.
What about Whitey Ford?
Oh, Whitey, he's a good one.
Cy Young.
What about Bonesaw McGraw?
Bonesaw.
Those guys in
Rathborn.
in the 1800s with these old Horseshoe McGill LaCuddy. I don't know. All right, Corey, thanks for hanging out. Have a safe trip. See you next fall.
Thank you.
When are you heading out?
Tomorrow morning.
And returning on Sunday?
Late Sunday, probably early Monday is when I'll be pulling back into Greenville. Surprisingly, there's not really a direct way from Greenville to Wichita unless you drive straight west.
If I ask you this, answer it seriously. At least try to care. Who do you want the Bears to take in the draft? What position? What player?
See, I don't know where they pick. I don't know where I'm guessing they're in the middle of the first round.
They're right around Washington, right?
They're 20th.
They're 20th?
Yeah.
What garbage.
You made the playoffs.
Did they?
Asterisk. Yeah, you remember they had that extra
they lost
spot.
to the Saints. Yeah, and they looked awful. Yeah. Real worth it. I mean, if I say quarterback, is that just being an annoying
you
fan?
need a quarterback.
I mean, they brought in somebody, and I already forgot who.
There's a lot of mock drafts.
Russell Wilson, I think it was. It was Andy Dalton.
Oh, that's right.
There's a lot of mock drafts out there, Corey, that are having the quarterbacks that are in this draft right now scattered.
Okay.
So, I mean, at 20, I think a quarterback could be on the board.
What quarterback? You're the NFL draft guy, Chandler. What quarterback will the Bears have at 20?
I've seen a mock draft that had Justin Fields going 32 to Tampa Bay. So you never know.
Well, they're going to have.
I'm not saying that's going to happen because it's not, but you never know.
I'll take him.
People like the dude from Stanford in the second round, and I can't remember his name. So clearly, he's awesome. All right, Corey, thanks for hanging out.
Can they draft a new general manager? Can they draft a new owner?
Unfortunately, not.
That would be a plot twist. Yeah. That'd be like a end of the Oscars plot twist.
There are trades for head coaches.
Yeah.
Why not draft
broadcaster trades? I'm told, when Al Michaels got shifted over to NBC and ESPN, got some money in return, and hey, you can also air the Kentucky Derby or something crazy like that.
They were talking about that with was it Romo recently? Yeah. That potentially there's been a trade. Interesting. All right, let's go to a break. We'll come back. We will talk some NFL draft when we return. Go over some draft props and more. Adios, Corey. We'll see you next week.
Clip.
And we're back after this.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
Anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust?
Oh, we did it. We did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza for only $12. The new Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Sam Jones, and we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones barbecue today.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hi, this is Jason Shepard with The Place, located on the Washington waterfront. The Place is not just a restaurant anymore. We are now the place for great food, great drinks, and great entertainment for all ages. We have karaoke Wednesday night, shag night Thursday, and live music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as well as a great patio to enjoy the beautiful weather. Be sure to check out our Facebook page for all the latest information. The Place is located on Main Street on the Washington waterfront in historic downtown Washington. I look forward to seeing you at The Place.
Hey Birdland, Orioles 2021 single game tickets are on sale now at Orioles.com/tickets. Tickets are flexible and affordable. Individual tickets start as low as $15. Purchase your single game tickets and choose from popular promo dates, including the Memorial Day Beach Towel and more. Plus, to make sure your experience is worry-free, we've introduced enhanced game day health and safety protocols. Capacity is limited, so select your dates and purchase tickets now at Orioles.com/tickets.
Hi, this is Morgan Ehlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? You can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, let's talk a little NFL draft here in Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk some ECU football, wrap up the spring with Bryce Williams coming up at 5 o'clock. We'll do the same with ECU head football coach Mike Houston coming up 5 o'clock on Thursday. All right, right now we'll head out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk to C.W. Sloan. C.W.'s been on to talk fantasy football with us during the summer. He talked about his Bucks during their Super Bowl run, and he is Mr. Draft. C.W., welcome to the show. For folks that don't know you real quick, tell everybody what you do in the real world, in your real life.
I am a middle school teacher, coach. I've been here at Pitt County Schools for 21 years. Been at A.G. Cox, CMX, and now I'm at Hope Middle.
Man, 21, you don't seem that old, but that's a long time, CW.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, let's get to the draft. So you put together a draft prop sheet every year for your NFL draft party. And boy, you went all out once again this year. 3 pages of props, and let's go ahead and run through it. Trevor Lawrence 1 to Jacksonville, Zach Wilson 2 to the Jets. Then we get to pick 3. It all depends on who you believe, what are the 49ers going to do, and you have that as your first question on the sheet. Who will San Francisco draft with the 3rd pick? Mac Jones, Trey Lance, Justin Fields. Any other result? Got to be one of those 3, right, CW? What do you think they do with that 3rd pick?
Well, I always try to throw any other result for any of these questions just because it will always give the right answer. There's always a right answer on the sheet. So it's hard not to at this point, with everybody speaking in 1,000 different directions, that it's not Mac Jones. And if it's Trey Lance, I won't be surprised. I'm listening to every person you're listening to online and through all this media, and it just doesn't seem like now that Trey Lance and Justin Fields are in the mix at this point. But we've seen crazier things happen. In case in point, I go back to the draft about 6 years ago when Trubisky was drafted, and that came out of nowhere. And
true.
Could be another quarterback. I mean, I've seen enough drafts where something is potentially in the mix, but the money is with Mac Jones if you're talking about pushing your chips to the side.
And I'm excited about that 3rd pick because of the unknown, but a lot of people have said the draft really starts at pick 4 with Atlanta because they could make the pick, they could trade down. Do they really want to throw another offensive weapon out there? I mean, Atlanta has had those over the years. They've had enough, seemingly, when healthy offensively. Do they go with a Pitts here? Matt Ryan not getting any younger. They could go QB, or once again, they could trade down and stock up on picks. So this is a very interesting spot for the Falcons.
And I think if it wasn't for an all-world talent in Kyle Pitts, if you're talking about a run-of-the-mill receiver offensive line, you're probably thinking about trading down more. But the fact that it looks as though before 12 o'clock tomorrow night, I think Julio Jones is going to have a different jersey. And their salary cap is absolute hell right now. And, if they were to keep the roster they have now currently, they could not sign all of the draft picks that they currently have. So something's got to give. I mean, that's inevitable. And, he's owed $15 million. And, he's getting up there in age, and they are looking at taking the replacement of Kyle Pitts. Now, obviously, he's not a true wide receiver. Having said that, they're essentially trying to move on and sign other draft picks and hopefully get this all-world talent in Kyle Pitts and try to move Julio for some kind of compensation. I'm surprised that we haven't heard in the rumblings that you have teams like Tennessee, Baltimore, and Green Bay haven't already, done their due diligence in trying to acquire him. And it wouldn't surprise me looking at those 3 teams. If you think about it, they could potentially be a wide receiver away, from making a deep run in the playoffs, especially when you consider Tennessee having lost Corey Davis and them looking at very potentially trying to draft Elijah Moore from Ole Miss draft. Well, if they wait that long and Tennessee drafts Elijah Moore, they certainly don't need a $15 million cap hit on Julio, at 30-some years old. So, you may even see it before 10 o'clock that Julio Jones is on a different roster. But Kyle Pitts is my pick there. Yeah.
CW, your 10th question, what did the Panthers do with the 8th overall selection in the draft? Draft an offensive lineman, draft a quarterback or receiver, or any other result, including a trade. They are involved in a lot of trades on mocks. They're also have been seen taking either Slater or Sewell with that pick, depending on who the top lineman is available at that time. So for our Panthers listeners right now, how many options do you really think are realistic for the Panthers at 8?
I think there's 2. I think unless somebody is giving a king's ransom to trade up, which is potential, I say New England is a potential candidate to move up, but I still think they're not going to try to move up anywhere closer than 10 with Dallas. But I'm still not going to hold them completely off of that question. It sounds like if Penei Sewell or Rashawn Slater are there, they do need that particular position. And I know Tony could probably give you a little bit more insight than I can on Carolina. But I don't know why, but I keep hearing that if Justin Fields is there, it is going to be hard for them not to take him. And the Teddy Bridgewater news today pretty much moves me closer to that sentiment.
Yeah.
But I would lay it to those two players or three players if you're talking about whichever tackle is there.
Right.
But taking a wide receiver at this point, I think they've got enough positional depth there. And then any other result, unless you're talking about a defensive player, who I think if you're talking about your head coach, it does make a little bit of sense. And if I had to go with a defensive player there, I might say Micah Parsons. That would be my third player. If you're talking, it'd be number one, the offensive lineman, whichever one's available. Number two, Justin Fields. Number three, Micah Parsons. That would be in order.
You have a ton of over-unders on your draft sheet here. Question 23, number of quarterbacks taken in the first round, over under 5.5. So you've got your, I guess your 5 knowns, and then does a team come into the end of round 1 and trade up and draft a quarterback late in the first round? The odds say, I guess, under here at CW, but I know Washington is one of those teams that really likes the guy from Stanford. There are some other names out there that could be selected. So, I don't know. Do you feel like you'd have to be going bold if you take the over here, or do you see that as a real possibility?
I think it's a real possibility. And the question is whether or not you have a team who missed out in the first half of the first round who was really looking to get one of those 3 quarterbacks. And I say 3 because we pretty much know where 1 and 2 is going, and whether or not that team has the ammunition to move up into the late first round to get him. Because if you look at the teams at the end of the first round, there's not a team in the bottom half. Obviously, they're in the playoffs.
All right.
If they're in the playoffs, their quarterback, they don't have any kind of injury concerns. They're not drafting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If the quarterback gets drafted at the end of the first, it's pretty much going to be because somebody in the second moves to get it.
Somebody could pull the Packers and piss their starter off like they did with Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love.
And that's somebody messaged me today about the Bucks possibly taking Kyle Trask from Florida, and I just went ahead and just put my chips in the middle of the table and I said, look, let's bet me right now that we are not taking a quarterback right now. Go see what Green Bay's doing and tell me how happy you think they are, because they would have loved to have had a corner opposite Kevin King, who was injured going into the NFC Championship, who got burned 4 times, including right before half, that gave us that win. That had they had a little bit of quarterback, who knows? We might not be talking about the Bucks going to a Super Bowl. And so they had a quarterback sitting on the bench who basically did nothing. And first round corners pretty much play in this league.
Yeah.
And it was a late first, but it's still a first round. So I think we learned from that mistake. A lot of teams who make the playoffs learn from that mistake. They tried to strike the wheel twice. They did that, back in the early 2000s with Aaron Rodgers when they got him 24th. But that's not happening again. So, no, I don't see Tampa or any of those playoff teams really looking for a quarterback. It's just a matter of whether or not one of those teams moves down from the middle of the first to the end or somebody moving up to the second. But it's definitely a possibility. I mean, I would literally put it at a 50-50 proposition at that point. Pittsburgh is the only team within that realm of possibility.
Right.
But is that a type of franchise that drafts a quarterback in the first round, late first round? Doesn't seem their way of thinking, especially when they have their eyes set on Najee Harris. So, yeah, I could definitely see a team moving from the second into the first if they really like something. But other than that, you're gonna pretty much get 5 quarterbacks in this draft in the first round.
All right, CW, good stuff. We're about out of time here. What do you think Washington does? I've seen O-line, linebacker, and trade up for a QB as far as their mocks that I've been looking at. What do you think Washington does there in the middle of round 1?
So I have 2 trains of thoughts here. I think first of all, if they're actually drafting, if you're looking at the offensive side of the field, I would almost bet that they're going to take an offensive lineman. That would be first priority to me if they're saying this is where we got to go on offense. And a couple of guys that you are looking at, Christian Darrisaw, which I don't think he's going to make it to Washington. I think that would be the absolute best that they can do. Tevin Jenkins from Oklahoma State certainly looks good. But if you're looking on the defensive side, one of the things that Washington would love to have is a linebacker or your middle of the pack linebacker / end who could roam without having to worry about double teams. And this guy from Notre Dame is the clear cut personnel guy who would clearly be the guy who could not worry about with the fact that you have your front seven so good where he's not even getting double teamed, and he could actually roam and just take care of the open field. And I'm going to try to pronounce his name correctly because I haven't been on air saying his name yet. Jeremiah Owusu-Komora. That would be somebody that really fits the profile of Washington. And then if you're talking about the secondary, there's no way I see them passing on Trayvon Mooring if those two guys I just mentioned are already gone and he's still there, the safety from TCU. He's another one that's closer on the safety side, but he's also practically the size of a linebacker where they can push him up and really make a lot of plays. So if you're looking at the offensive side, I'd go O-line, and if you're on the defensive side, that hybrid defensive, that safety / linebacker that can rush the passer as well as play in open space.
Washington fan Steve Hill in the Facebook chat says Washington takes the linebacker from Notre Dame. That was exactly who you were speaking of just there. All right, CW, we're up against it. Thanks for joining us, man. We'll have a lot of fun talking draft and going over these props on Thursday evening during the draft, and we'll have a recap with Tony Dunn coming up on Friday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Enjoy it, man. I know you're excited about it.
All right, I hope I see some draft questions tonight at Trivia.
You will see plenty of those coming up, 8 o'clock, AJ McMurphy's at Sports Trivia. All right, our buddy C.W. Sloan talking some draft. Thank you. We will take a timeout, come back, wrap up Hour 2, get you set for Hour 3. Bryce Williams is going to join us when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
This Saturday, come shop for local crafts at the Slice Market on Fire Tower Road next to Sam Jones Barbecue. The Slice Market will be open this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and will feature local vendors with handmade, homemade goods made right here from Eastern North Carolina. The Slice Market will also have food trucks on site. Shop and support your local craft vendors this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Slice Market on Fire Tower Road next to Sam Jones Barbecue. For more information or to become a vendor, search the Slice Market on Facebook.
The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio perfect for some outdoor dining. Stop by AJ's on Monday for open mic, music on the patio on Tuesday, sports trivia with me, Clip Brock, on Wednesdays, and music bingo on Thursday. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys are expanding and growing.
Yeah, we sure are. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that we actually have a pediatric practice as well. It's called Kinetic Pediatric Therapy. We've got speech, physical, and occupational therapy there just for kids. If you're concerned about your child's development or just want to make sure they're on track, you can bring them in for a screen. If they need evaluation, we're able to do that and help them continue to develop. For more information, you can visit us at kptkids.com or give us a call, 689-6043.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
In studio today with Natalie Edwards from AG Home Solutions and eXp Realty. Natalie, you have a unique partnership because you work in the real estate market and also work with AG Home Solutions. How does that help your clients?
So it's interesting, the trends that we're currently seeing in real estate. Inventory is so low. We're seeing a high percentage of folks who want to renovate their spaces, perhaps add a home office because now they're working from home. And so they come to us with those design ideas and we're able to help them navigate through that.
What other trends are you seeing in the marketplace right now?
Yeah, so we're definitely seeing increased needs for home office space, folks being able to do virtual learning from home. So how can we redesign that space so it's functional? We're also seeing folks that do want to take advantage of this being a seller's market, and so they want to freshen up that space and get it ready to put on the market. And so we can come in and provide them with some good guidance on things that they might want to consider before they list their property.
For real estate or remodeling, how can folks contact you?
252-947-2526 or aghomesolutions.com.
National Signing Day has come and gone, but that doesn't mean the recruiting news cycle is stopping. In fact, the Pirates still have their sights set on top targets in the transfer portal and have already turned their attention to the 2022 class. HoistTheColors.net has the latest on ECU recruiting from a football perspective, and we also cover basketball and baseball commitments like no others. Sign up now and get your first month for a single $1 to get the latest scoop on your favorite Pirate teams, along with in-depth baseball and spring football coverage in the months ahead. HoistTheColors.net.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Keep your vehicle clean with the Pirates Cove Car Wash Fast Pass. The Fast Pass allows you to have unlimited car washes every month at every location. Pirates Cove Car Wash has locations in Greenville on 10th Street, Fire Tower Road, and at Memorial Drive. Pirates Cove Car Wash, the ultimate car wash experience and the official car wash of ECU Athletics. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live here on a lovely Wednesday in eastern North Carolina. Bryce Williams going to join us this hour to talk some Pirate football. We'll hear more from Mike Houston and the Pirate players coming up in just a little bit. Our Bud Light ECU report is brought to you by Bud Light. Reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game, drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. And Brian Bailey tweeting earlier today, the Pirates going to go with Gavin Williams for Game 1 in the series against Wichita State. Jake Kuchmaner in Game 2 on Friday night. Friday is set. Saturday and Sunday, well, to be determined. We will find out later on what the Pirates are going to do pitching-wise against Wichita State. It is their first road series in a long, long time. Got to go all the way back to Georgia Southern. Last time the Pirates played on the road in a real series, not really counting Elon since it was only 2 games that they had to play when St. John's could not come to town. So Pirate baseball on the road this weekend, 2 on Friday, 1 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. Shirley and I will be out at the soccer field on Saturday because ECU is hosting the some NCAA tournament games. So that's kind of unique. Some tournament action coming to crank up the some tournament action coming to Greenville, and I'll be on the PA for one of those. Shirley's doing 2 games, unless Shirley wants to take them all. We'll talk about that off the air. But that's pretty unique, Shirley, seeing some tournament action.
Yeah, when I got the call to do the games, I was a little thrown because I was like, I thought they just played.
The season's over,
yeah,
right?
I was like, I thought the season was over, and I didn't realize that ECU is one of several sites in the state of North Carolina that is hosting the NCAA tournament as far as women's soccer is concerned. And as a matter of fact, as we speak, Arizona State and Siena are playing on the field right now. So, and I believe that is on ESPN3.
So this is May Madness.
It is.
Yeah.
Well done.
This is May.
This is May.
It's gonna be May.
Bryce Williams is here with us. He liked that one. What's up, Bryce?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing great. Good to see you, man.
Oh, yeah. Good to see y'all.
Everything good in your world?
Yeah. Running around, keeping things in line, so it's going well.
All right. That's all you can do.
Yep.
Bryce, NFL draft is Thursday.
Yeah.
And I looked at the weirdest questions asked to draft prospects at the Combine. And last Friday on the show, we had Blake Prohl, Deontay Smith, and Jake Verity. And They said that maybe this is a thing of the past. They hadn't really received any weird questions, and it seems like everybody I've asked hasn't really received any too weird of questions. I know I've asked you before, Bryce, but does anything come to mind as far as why would a team want to know this?
I don't really know what the purpose of that is. I never got asked any weird questions, and I don't even know if any of the guys that came out of my class that that I would be in contact with or became friends with ever got any weird questions asked. Because I'm trying to think of what the reason is. Maybe to just be an icebreaker or something. That's about all I can think of.
I don't know if they're think they're psychologists and can figure something out deep there in your brain that would help you or hurt you on the football field. I want to ask you a few of these. I'll stay away from a few, Bryce. We've talked about that one on the air. I don't need to know that from you or when you lost your virginity or anything. But what's your murder weapon of choice? See, I'm glad.
Can I have more? I mean, I guess I just need one. I'm probably going.
As I told Blake Prohl on Friday, it's good that you don't know right away, because then I'd be a little nervous that you've thought about this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a good thing you don't know right off.
I mean, of course, I'd like to go to the AR, but I'm thinking more shotgun. All
right.
Or you don't have to be as accurate just because of it has the shot in. It's you can hit more. You have a better chance of hitting the person, I guess you'll see, rather than just one bullet flying through the air.
All right. So there you go. Boy, this is kind of weird to ask people these questions.
Congratulations, Bryce. We're going to take you in the first round.
Yeah, thanks.
Great answer.
Yeah, I wish that would have been that easy,
Would you rather be a cat or a dog?
Dude. If I could be my dogs, I'd be a dog.
Your dogs are living the good life?
Oh, yes.
Let's see. Would you share your internet history with us?
Yeah.
All right. Bryce, you got nothing shady going on. Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
All right. How many ways could you use a brick in a minute?
Hammer, I think. Paperweight. I mean, I don't know if I'll go through that, but I can. I could do dumbbell. Like a curl. I could use it as a throwing object.
Wow. Okay, you did pretty good with that one.
Yeah, I could spit off some in a minute.
Now here's a good one, Bryce, because this kind of goes into your background a little bit. What kind of fish are you?
Now I'd probably be. I wouldn't mind being like probably a blue marlin would be pretty cool. Nothing really messes with those. I mean, if you get caught in the big rock, unfortunately, I just won't want to be too big of a blue marlin, because if I'm over 400 pounds, well, they're gonna keep me. Yeah. So I'd say I want to be about 375.
So you want to be a skinny, trim blue marlin?
Yes.
Blue marlin's one of those fish that they're pretty badass, but also they look like they're pretty attractive too.
Yeah, they're unreal.
I mean, it's got a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, they're pretty much one. I would say nothing really messes with them in the ocean. I mean, they can swim super fast.
So they're pretty high on the pecking order.
They're very high. I would say they're very high on the pecking order. Of course, I'd love to be 1,000-pound blue marlin, but like I said, if I get caught, I am going to be just a picture.
Throw me back, fellas.
Yeah.
Put me on the scale. Throw me back.
Exactly. See, I'm going blue marlin.
Final question. Are you afraid of clowns?
I get creeped out by clowns.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the movie It. Like, that was, creepy.
That's exactly what Shirley said.
And laughing. But, Shirley, do you think it threw you off when he, his mouth got all big and he did this little, jitter? That threw me off. I was like, all right, that's too far-fetched.
Well, are you talking about the original movie, or are you talking about the remake?
That reference was the remake.
Okay, see, I never saw the remake because, as far as I'm concerned, Pennywise is Tim Curry. And
Right.
Tim Curry did an excellent job with. I'm fine with clowns unless it's Pennywise.
Unless it's Pennywise. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I'm old school. I like the old movie.
I need to see the old school one to see if I get creeped out about how he goes about, we'll just say, taking.
There's some moments in there that are, I mean, you got to keep in mind, too, when it was shot. You're talking about that movie was made in the 80s.
And that makes it even more creepy for me.
Yeah.
The old Michael Myers movies.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but the newer ones, it's not as bad. But the 1970s Jamie Lee Curtis ones creep me the
mess
out.
Mess out.
Yeah, but as far as the movie goes, the book is way scarier than the movie. But yeah, the movie was when I finally, because I made the mistake of reading the book before I saw the movie, and then at the end I was horribly disappointed and I was really mad about it. So I was like, okay, note to self. If I'm going to watch the movie, wait until I watch the movie and then read the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, on to actual football.
I will
Bryce.
say there's something different in this room. Shirley does not have a hat on today.
Yeah.
She knows it throws me
Something's off.
It messes with Bryce's head when I don't wear a hat.
I'm like, wait a second, I should see a ball team on your head.
Yeah.
A ball team.
Yeah, for the most part, there is a ball team on my head.
Sometimes the Rockford Peaches.
Yeah, sometimes the Red Sox. Sometimes
a ball team.
Sometimes the Seattle Storm. Sometimes the Phoenix Mercury.
Right. There you go.
Sometimes the Royals.
Good catch, Bryce.
Oh, believe me, I noticed it.
You know,
Chandler's a company man today, going with the Bud Light hat for our Bud Light ECU report.
There we go.
Bryce, scrimmage on Saturday. Spring has sprung. Spring has come and gone.
Man,
such a tease. It gets you excited about football, and they take it away from you for a few months.
All I know.
But that's the way it is. Shirley, let's hear Cut 5. Mike Houston's biggest takeaway from the spring.
Biggest takeaway is probably just the improvement top to bottom in the roster, and it's just we were talking earlier this week. You know, the fronts, the size and the ability of the fronts finally fits in with the AAC. You know, the stand-up skill positions, the speed that we have there, obviously is vastly improved, and so that's one takeaway. Second takeaway is probably just that we've got to make sure that we protect ourselves against the things that can keep us from having the kind of year we have a chance to have. You know, we got to make sure that all those guys that are on that field, that they're on the field when it comes September 2nd down in Charlotte. You know, can't do anything that takes that eligibility away from us, takes that opportunity away from us. Got to make sure that we, address being able to function, with the COVID virus. You know, whether that's we're all fully vaccinated, or we, can maintain COVID protocols strictly throughout the summer and the fall. It's going to be an issue if we don't have an answer for it. And so those are probably the two biggest.
Man, I just remember I thought about something there. He talks about, COVID and wanting to stay on the field and have all his players in a full arsenal, but also the stay eligible. And Bryce, we're entering the period now where the players are kind of away from the coaches and everything. We're entering really, I guess, June, July, but the no news is good news period, because it's not just ECU, it's all across the country. This is kind of a rest season for college football players. Yeah. You don't want to hear any stories about that. Kind of makes you nervous because, again, like it happens every year, and not just at ECU, but I'm sure even when you were playing at ECU, you had those summer deals where a guy would get in trouble and not be able to go to start the season. We're entering that time zone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, they finally got a break, and they almost, I guess, they're on their somewhat of a summer vacation. But, yeah, you just hope, the guys, you can have fun. It's not that hard to know what's right, wrong. I mean, obviously, hopefully there's no bar fights or anything like that, but, who knows? Somebody... testosterone and pride starts kicking in. That it's kind of hard to stop. Oh, and alcohol typically doesn't help with de-escalating. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Well done.
Stuff like that. So, yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully guys, still, enjoy their time off, but, yet are smart. So we'll see.
Well, we found our spring darling. It was Kerry King, who I had never heard of before Saturday. You hadn't either?
No.
Chandler, Shirley? No idea who Kerry King was. He's a walk-on, Bryce, caught a couple of touchdowns in the spring scrimmage, and Mike Houston kind of told us who he was. And again, we talked about it earlier in the week. I'd be shocked if he has a catch this fall. One day, he was the man, the MVP of the spring game. Wow. Mike Houston cut 6, Shirley.
I'll tell you, he's had a great spring. We were talking about him this week because it wasn't just today. He has legitimately had a solid, very impressive spring. If you'd asked me a year ago if he would be out there doing that, I probably would have said no, because just he was not that what you saw today. He was not that when he first got here. But a lot of freshmen aren't. Okay, he has worked so hard and has developed himself, and he can run now. But just his consistency catching the football has been the biggest improvement on him this spring. So I'm excited to see him this summer, and hopefully, he can translate that into making the travel roster this fall.
Mike Houston on Kerry King. Chandler, you know anything about him?
No, I do not. I know he was, like Coach was saying, flying around all over the field the other day and was very consistent of, catching the football. I was about to bring up before you ran that cut. I just hope it's not the trend that Terrell Green has started, where he shines in spring and then when the fall comes and he kind of goes into hibernation. But the thing about Terrell Green that we were very excited about was, one, he was really good in the spring, and he was a very tall receiver. Kerry King isn't a guy with great size, but he does have great speed, and he also, like Coach said, is really good at catching the football, can catch the football consistently. So, and he still has a chance, when they start up fall ball again, to, make his name known in the fall and try to get some playing time for the Pirates.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets his opportunity. Sounds like he earned at least the coach's respect this spring, and still got a lot of guys excited about, could Cam Burnett, he had a big catch on Saturday, could he be a factor on this team? What about a Tyler Savage? What about a Josiah Hatfield? Or, excuse me, the quarterback, Tajee Hudson is who I was thinking of, who Bryce said looked good the day he was out there. Mm-hmm. I think he could end up being an impact guy for ECU starting this year. So they've got some options there. Bryce, we did have one transfer, Jonathan Johnson, who was a former walk-on, did enter the transfer portal. It might have been one of those situations where you kind of see the writing on the wall, you see the pecking order.
It's a good thing he made that. I guess he realized that after the spring, maybe gets a shot somewhere else to come in at fall camp or the summer. It's a good thing he decided that now rather than trying to linger and whatnot. And then with Kerry King, obviously that gets me excited for a guy who's a walk on and stands out and seemed to have worked hard and obviously leaving a good taste in the coach's mouth after this spring. So that's I'm excited for him and hopefully he carries that over to obviously the fall. So we'll see.
Mike Houston was asked what's next for the football team before the players come in for fall camp. Let's cut 7, Shirley.
Well, the next is the training this summer. The big focus this winter has been trying to get bigger and stronger. We got to get in shape. So Coach Big John, he'll start here mid-May. We'll have some additions joining us, a few in mid-May and a few there at the beginning of June. So by the beginning of June, we should have pretty close to our full roster for the fall here training throughout the summer. But it's that training. It's getting as big and as fast and as strong as we can before fall camp. It's continuing to mesh cohesively, all phases, all people. And so that starts here in mid-May.
Bryce, you said you enjoy this time of year with the summer because you get your workouts in, you're still working, but not necessarily grinding on the practice field. So you enjoyed this time. Right?
Yeah. Goodness, while he was talking, I was just reminiscent of, summer, of course, summer school, the summer workouts and, just what you get to do outside of school and lifting weights and, the 7-on-7. I mean, for me, it was a great time and I really enjoyed, being, going through that with the guys, with the summer conditioning and then outside of the football stuff. Definitely, the focus was, let's see how big I can get, which obviously I did. I probably shouldn't try to get as big as I did, but not so much in college. But anyways, it is. It's an exciting time. You got, if you end the spring good and knowing the season's right around the corner, the hype's there, and man, it's just a great time, I think.
And y'all are never technically off, really. I mean, you go fall camp, season, winter workouts, spring ball. Yeah. And so maybe is this almost the most relaxed time of the calendar?
I definitely think so because summer school's not, at least mine wasn't, I guess, wasn't too terribly hard. Yeah. The only thing, of course it wasn't like mandatory, but of course everybody did it because we wanted to get better was, we would just do evening 7-on-7s. So, just keep the leg fresh and keep all of us sharp, offensively and defensively. It is, I think it's a very, relaxing time. You're kind of just going with the flow and, like I said, lifting weights, eating, enjoying your time, with your buddies in the weight room and, outside of it. And, I wish I could, go back. Maybe I could at least just go through the summer with the guys. And,
You're gonna be an old guy hanging out.
I know. So that would have been fun.
Hello, fellow kids. Get some workouts in. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll hear some more comments from Holton Ahlers, Tyler Snead, Xavier Smith. Also, did you talk to Ellerby when you got here?
I did.
Did y'all talk fishing?
I did.
I got Ellerby's catch list from the other day, and we'll go over that. We'll talk about what you've been up to with Pirate Radio Outdoors, and we got to make you a winner. We'll do that on the other side of this timeout as well. Another $10 gift card to Naughty Dog Brewing Company. All right, more to go on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. Order the Jersey Mike's catering box today. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. Good things come to those who wait. At Jersey Mike's, they also come to those who don't. Download our app, order ahead, and skip the line. Cut to the Chase by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
At US Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to US Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity, next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Pirate Radio.
We'll strap it on with anybody, anywhere. It doesn't matter. I know this. I want to win or lose with the group that we have in our locker room.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Thinking of remodeling your home or business? AG's Home Solutions has been serving the remodeling needs for Eastern North Carolinians since 2017. The company specializes in additions, kitchen and bath remodels, historic preservation, commercial upfitting, and new construction. AG's Home Solutions offers a full-service design center and showroom staffed with a knowledgeable sales and design consultant, ready to help with any remodeling project. Visit aghomesolutions.com to get started today. And as we head back into the show, Clip, I have a little bit of breaking news for you. Billy Weaver just tweeted out about a half hour ago that the North Carolina State House voted to allow full capacity at college stadiums. The bill permits public and private universities in Cumberland, Durham, Forsyth, Guilford, Harnett, Jackson, Mecklenburg, Orange, Pasquotank, Pitt, Robeson, Wake, and Watauga counties to operate at 100%.
He adds the legislation now goes to the NC Senate for a concurrence vote. Yep. I don't know what some of those words mean. I'm not smart enough.
Me either, but all I know is,
hey,
is
that sounds good, right?
Yeah.
See, what it means is...
Shut up, Chandler. Let's go to our political expert, Chandler Honeycutt, with more.
Yeah, thanks, Clip. What that actually means is...
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, well done. All right, that's positive news. I like that.
You like that? You like that?
But unfortunately, well, the NCAA is only going to allow 50% capacity for tournament games.
You like that? You like that?
Nah.
Thank you, Kirk Cousins. So, I don't know. How about a packed Dowdy Ficklin Stadium this fall?
That'd be nice.
I like that!
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear some more ECU football audio. The Bud Light ECU report. The final spring scrimmage was on Saturday. Holton Ahlers spoke with the media after the scrimmage and talked about his biggest takeaway from the spring. This is cut 2, Shirley.
It's a different program than it was when I first got here, when Coach Houston first got here. It's a bowl program. It's time to get them there. So
there you go, a bowl program. It's a much different program than when he first got here. Those are positive things, that it is moving in the right direction. We had some friendly fire on Saturday, Bryce, as Holton Ahlers ran over defensive coordinator Blake Harrell on the sidelines. He talked about that play. This is cut 4, Shirley.
For sure. Anytime you get kind of live reps like that.
This might be the one we
that's a
messed
spring
up.
Game.
Try a different one.
Yeah, I got my second one of the prize one.
Is that all you got?
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Try 3.
I don't even remember. It was a pass play, and I just ran, and he was so close to the sideline, and I was looking upfield to throw it, and then by the time I got to the sideline, he was right there. I felt so bad for that, but, I hope he's okay. I don't know. He won, so he'll be fine.
He's in concussion protocol.
Yeah, he probably is. No, he's good. They won, so I'd rather got hit than lost, so.
Things happen on the field, Bryce. You ever ran over a coach before?
I don't know. I feel like I may have ran into Coach K before. I think I have.
Bryce.
I think Coach K's got hit in the head with a football one time. I know he's had to have gotten hit with the football before. Yeah.
That reminds me of something. And Rick Smith got hurt. He got ran over in practice. This was before your time, I think. He had his arm in a sling. We need to ask him about that. Not right now, Rick. The real Rick Smith. Chandler perked up and was ready to go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Guess who?
Josh
Hawkins. It was that damn Josh Hawkins.
We got to ask the real Rick Smith about that. But sometimes those coaches get a little close to the action.
Oh, yeah.
And it happens. All right, Tyler Snead. Now, Holton Ahlers tried to start a rumor on Saturday And
they did a good job of it.
This is cut 2. Some people bought it. Holt Nailers asked Tyler Snead about switching positions to defense.
There's a lot of rumors about you moving to defensive back. What do you think about that?
Yeah, kind of like a hybrid out there.
Yeah.
Safety, backer, corner. But hopefully I don't get cooked too bad out there.
Hopefully I don't get cooked too bad. There was a guy on Hoist the Colors, at least one, Stephen Igo's side, that said, so are the rumors about Tyler Snead moving to defense true? So that's
this isn't Mark Lindsay asking this question. This isn't Ronnie Woodward or Stephen Igo. This was Holton Ahlers, the quarterback.
Clearly a joke. But hell, with all the position changes for ECU, in fact, I talked to Kevin Monroe yesterday on the show, and we were setting up the interview, and he was like, wait, are all these position changes real? Because if you are not up to date on what's going on, there's a lot of guys that have swapped sides. Jeremy Lewis has done
Brian Gagg
at tight end.
Oh, yeah. That guy has grown into his frame big time.
Oh, yeah.
I know people commenting about that on Saturday, Bryce.
Yeah, of course, I think when we first talked about him moving to tight end, however long ago, and it said 211, I was like, he's got a lot of weight to gain, and certainly I don't know when they made that move, but yeah, he looked, for his size, he looked thick and has definitely gained weight. So, and he looked fine, looked pretty good.
Xavier Smith, cut 1, Shirley, he was asked how it felt to be on the winning side of things on Saturday.
It feels great. I think it feels better because I know it was a defensive game today, having to be in 3-3 the whole game and then coming off late and scoring, so that felt good. Obviously, it feels good to win. Hopefully, that's a feeling that's accustomed to us now. And I'm really just proud of everyone as collectively because, being through, the changes, you can just feel how different it is from here in the past. And it's just a good feeling to be able to see that change.
Xavier Smith was asked about the confidence level heading into the summer. Cut 3.
Confidence, I think, is greater than we ever had. Having a second year to really learn the defense, defensively, offense, having their rhythm, having all their guys come back. I think that's really good for us. And then, knowing the scheme coming in the spring, knowing already what we have to do and things like that. I feel like that's a great thing, a start on, building, not having to restart.
And finally, this is a good one, Bryce. So the winners got steak and shrimp.
Oh, man.
Even better than that, the losing team had to serve the winning team. So Xavier Smith was asked about that.
Great.
He's very particular about his food and beverage. This is cut 4, Shirley.
I'm not concerned about anybody, but I think the linebackers, Miles, Bruce, Tez, I think I'm going to pick them to serve me my little steak medium well, Gatorade, 3 ice cubes, nothing less, on the rocks. Pull out my chair, pick up my plates. So I'm really excited about that. I know that's going to be fun, another competition all in itself. So I'm excited about that.
Anytime you can get one up on your teammates, that's probably better than the food you're eating there, Bryce.
That's great. It cracked me up.
3 ice cubes.
3 ice cubes, nothing less, right? And then medium well. He likes his steak a little more than I do. But him taking, him saying for them to take his plate, pull his chair out.
If his angry teammates are cooking it, though, he might want to go a little over.
Get that thing well done. That was funny. I wish we could have done that. That would have been. I would have a great time talking smack to Zeke.
Oh, man.
For sure.
Zeke.
Oh, yeah.
I need a little more salt over here, buddy.
Hey, you waiter. Excuse me, this isn't quite done yet.
Oh, you're going to send it back?
Can you send this back?
Oh, boy. All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back. But as we do, we got to make somebody a winner right now.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Bryce Williams is a fan of Naughty Dog Brewing Company. And how about this, Bryce? Cinco de Mayo celebration coming up Saturday. They're going to have 2 food trucks on site throughout the day, a piñata for the kids, a gift card giveaways all day long, and they are releasing 3 beers on Saturday.
Oh, shoot.
A big party coming up Saturday in downtown Winterville on Main Street. Follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram for more fun. We're going to give you a $10 gift card to Naughty Dog right now. 317-1250. You want to stick with caller 4, Shirley?
Yeah, we can do that.
Caller 4, 317-1250. Get in now, get this awesome gift card, and have a good time at Naughty Dog. More with Bryce Williams when we return after this.
the Pirate Radio Podcast.
Damon West, motivational speaker and author.
The thing about with me is I started at an early age. I started drinking beer, smoking a little pot, and that led to a bad belief system. And I tell these college athletes and pro athletes and high school athletes everywhere I go that a bad belief system tells you to do something the wrong way over and over again. And the longer you hold on to a bad belief system, the harder it is to get rid of.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Big Ed Watkins here from Ed Watkins Marine. You use the internet to shop for clothes to cars, so why not use it to shop for boats? Get your best price now at Ed Watkins Marine. We are located in Lake Norman, but we will deliver anywhere in North Carolina, from offshore center consoles and bass boats to just cruising or fishing the lakes of the intercoastal waterways. We have something for everyone. Go online now at Ed Watkins Marine and see our selection. Stick with a pirate and shop Ed Watkins Marine for all your next boats.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip? American Airlines has recently added more flights in and out of PGV. Book today and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines, now with more flights available at PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique brew pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer, nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Sam Jones, and we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones barbecue today.
Find yourself working from home or at least spending more time there? Want some remodeling for your house or a fresh look? How about a new deck or screened-in porch to add livable space outside? Don't know who to call? Well, you do now. Call the professionals at R&R Remodeling. They've been serving the local community for 15 years. Ronnie and his crew can help you today. Call for a free quote, 252-286-4119, or visit R&R Remodeling on Facebook. R&R Remodeling, construction you can count on.
At US Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to US Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Office Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy can help help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has national certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. And congratulations to Steve Hill of Greenville. Picked up a $10 gift card courtesy of Naughty Dog. Celebrate Cinco de Mayo this Saturday in Winterville at the Naughty Dog Brewing Company. Naughty Dog is releasing 3 beers on Saturday, and they'll have 2 food trucks on site throughout the day, a piñata for the kids, and gift card giveaways all day long. Doors open at noon, and there's plenty of indoor and outdoor seating for everybody. Naughty Dog Brewing Company is on Main Street in downtown Winterville, and be sure to follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram for more fun. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, NFL draft coming up Thursday. I was looking for some high drafted tight ends. Eric Ebron went 10th overall not too long ago. The highest I could see is Vernon Davis, who went 6th overall and had a great career, a long career, and a bit of a career resurrection with my Redskins here recently. He was taken 6th overall, as was Kellen Winslow Jr. That did not work out for him in his career or personal life. Jeremy Shockey went 14th overall in 2002. You're a Gronk guy, Bryce. I know you like Gronk. Were there any other tight ends you were a big fan of? Greg Olsen went first round at the end of the first round.
I was in school. I was a Tyler Eifert fan.
Yeah.
Because he wore number 80, I think, and he obviously had his long hair, and so I was a fan of Tyler Eifert, and we were roughly the same size. So.
21st overall out of Notre Dame, and is still playing, I believe, right? But not with the Bengals anymore. Where's Tyler Eifert playing, Chandler?
I'm not sure. I just know him as a Bengal. I don't, like you said, I don't think he is a Bengal anymore.
Tyler Eifert went to the Jags. Okay, last year.
Did you mention George Kittle? Do you know where he ended up?
George Kittle?
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Wait, he's not with the 49ers? How annoying.
No, he's saying where did he get drafted? He got drafted a little late, right? George Kittle was drafted in the 5th round, 146th overall.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, you look at Kittle, you look at, when was Kelsey drafted? He wasn't a first-round pick, was he?
No, I don't think so.
Gronk was a second-rounder, I believe. So, like, all the best tight ends, Kelsey was a third-round pick. Another, like, the top up-and-coming guy would be maybe Darren Waller. Would you say? I mean, he's had a good start to his career with the Raiders. He was drafted. Let's see. He was drafted in the 6th round. Mm-hmm. So,
Hunter Henry?
What we're saying is wait on a tight end. Hunter Henry might have been a first-round pick.
Yeah.
First or second.
Yeah.
He was picked pretty high. So, NFL draft coming up on Thursday. Looking forward to that. We'll talk about that on Thursday on the show. We'll talk to Mike Houston coming up Thursday at 5 o'clock right here on Pirate Radio Live. Looking forward to that as we continue to count down the days to kickoff. I wish there was a way we could know how many days we had until kickoff, but maybe there's just no way to know, Bryce.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Our ring girl is here. Yeah. Shirley Rhodes, 127 days away. Boy, it's right around the corner. Shirley is making her round.
Make her round.
Stop playing on my damn phone. Shirley is coming around here 127 days away from ECU kickoff. Bryce, you going to go to Charlotte, tailgate, have a good time?
I tell you, that's got to be hard to pass up. So I think we're going to plan on it, I would think. Certainly.
And you'll definitely be here for the home opener the following week against South Carolina. That'll be a big one.
Yeah. Dang.
You're in.
I definitely plan to be there. That's big.
Now, how does that... We're talking early September here. What does that mean for hunting and fishing season?
That's bow.
Okay.
Bow season for deer. But it depends on how late into September it is. When is it, I guess? If it's
that'll be like the first week, second week.
Well, I don't think deer season may not be in by then. Dove season will. If it's fishing, I can, fishing's year round, so I could easily, miss a day. of fishing on Saturday so I can watch the Pirates play for sure.
No doubt. Bryce, not ready to give up your standing as our Pirate Radio Outdoors correspondent quite yet, but you do have some competition.
Yeah.
Because Jonathan Ellerby, he used the term catcher man. He's not a fisherman. He's a catcher man.
I need some of that.
Because he's bringing them in. He did not get skunked.
No, he did not.
He came in here on Monday. He told me about the skipjack,
the
wahoo, the mahi, blackfin, yellowfin, and some false albacore. Now, what in the hell is that? Because I've seen albacore tuna.
So false albacore is squiggly lines, and bonita, some people get it mixed up, and bonita have straight lines. I've never ate false albacore.
Can you eat false albacore? He was saying
think he can. I mean, he had them on the dock on the picture, so I think he can. But I tell you, between the false albacore or just albacore, whatever you want to call it, false albacore, but bonita, they look dang near identical. But yeah, those are fun fights.
Cool. They're called Albies, like Brave
Albies.
second baseman Ozzie Albies.
What's it saying on there?
Let's see.
Lousy table fare. That's what it says. But now bonita I think are really good, but he's got some yellowfin in there, so that tops it off. I think I've never had blackfin. But I said, shoot, Ellerby, he showed me these pictures. I said, man, you eating good. You did a lot better than I did. You actually brought home some food.
So what did you do over the weekend?
I went turkey hunting with my buddy on Saturday, and we had some action, but nothing too crazy. I think it was some jakes. They were hemmed up with a hen, and they just were not being vocal. And my buddy did get a shot off. We saw him in a field about 300 yards out, so we hopped in the woods and ran up, got up there and was creeping through the woods to see if we can sort of intersect him in a way. But wouldn't you know, at the spot we chose to go in on the woods, they were making their way down the field. So anybody knows, turkeys have, great hearing and great sight. And once we realized, bam, we were like right there and we couldn't get any closer. We're like, all right, now what do we do? We kept easing, and my buddy was in front of me, which he already shot a turkey this year. And, but he was in front, and he decided it'd be fun that morning. I'm gonna take my single shot youth 20 gauge. I said, why? And he said, how many 12 gauge shells? I said, I got plenty of them. He said, nah, it'll be fun. I don't plan on shooting anyways. Well, wouldn't you know it, this bird we were in the woods and it was in the field, was probably sitting around 30 to 40 yards, somewhere in that range. And he's in front of me, and I see him raise the gun up and fires, and one flies off and the other runs. And I was, deep down, I was like, well, it was kind of situational, because if he would have said, hey, itch up here a little bit more, they could have ran off, and neither one of us got opportunity.
Right.
So, I would have been super excited if he would have shot it anyways. But he said, well, I guess I should have brought my 12 gauge with some 3-inch shells, and we probably would have ended up shooting that bird. Or I wish I would have he was kicking himself because he wanted me to shoot, because I had my extra full choke in, 3-inch shell loaded up, ready to go, and but I didn't get to fire the gun. But we had some action, and of course Sunday, which was fine. I went to breakfast with my mom and dad, my brothers and sister-in-laws, and Anna and everything, and that was great. But my other buddy,
you keep saying that like, it was fine, it was great.
Yeah,
I'm starting not to believe it.
Yeah, and my other buddy was driving around the area where my buddy DeWatt, he hunts. My buddy Chad said, hey, there's a bird out there, and y'all go shoot him, or somebody. He said, I can't, because I'm going to breakfast. And DeWatt was like,
which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. But DeWatt, of course, he gets out there. What do you know? Sends a picture, bam, bird down. And but it was cool. He shot. It was cool to see him. We're always excited to when one another shoots.
It sounds like rightfully so, Bryce. Other people kind of ruined your weekend.
I know.
Your buddy you went with.
I know.
Maybe you could have lined up a shot, and then your family, which is fine.
Which is fine. It's a whole fine.
Good stuff. So you mentioned turkeys have good hearing, good eyesight. Which is, and you talked about this before, which is like the smartest maybe animal that you're hunting that you really gotta be quiet, you really gotta know what you're doing, because they'll get away from you?
I mean,
What's the toughest for you?
I mean, I would say, it's funny because deer, they're a little weary and they got, decent eyesight, but I think their big thing is, like smell, not being able to, not be able to smell you. But they can see, they still have good sight. But turkey, they're a bird. They got eyes on the side of their head, so you can't try to sneak around them sometimes. And their hearing and their eyesight's really good, but you don't have to worry about scent with birds.
So it's different things for different.
Yeah, it kind of weighs itself. Honestly, I would say turkey, because most time if turkey sees movement or something, they don't give you any time to be like, "Ooh, what's that?" Like, there's no staring.
They just take off.
At least every incident I've been in, there's no staring. They see you from 50 yards away, so whatever it is, or you could be 100 yards away, honestly, and they like see you walking and they're out. Deer will kind of get you. They'll do a little stare down, which just gives you more time to take a shot. So,
well, turkeys, and maybe I'm wrong, Bryce. I hadn't seen many in a while, but they don't seem like the fastest animal out there. But are they?
You'd be surprised because we were in going down the gravel road, and the field's on the other side, and there was a hen that was walking sort of alongside the field, and then she saw us and she just booked it. Like there would have been if it would have been a tom, there would have been no chasing it down in the truck because he would have been out of sight.
Yeah,
and they can fly.
Yeah.
So I'm going turkey. I'm going turkey.
Turkey tears. Chad says, how much of what Bryce says can you guys understand when he's talking hunting and fishing? I don't know the lingo, some of the words, some of the phrases, but I get the general gist of it went good, it went bad, it could have gone better. So, like, I can follow along. I use context clues to understand the story.
For sure. Yeah,
because you do use a lot of insider terms.
Yeah, I know. I get fired up when it's fishing. I like it. Hunting. Yeah, I hope the old pirate fans can understand my talking whenever I'm talking hunting fishing.
Let's take a time out. We'll come back, get ready to wrap things up on this Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live and get you set for the big Thursday show. More to go on PRL when we return after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Buick and save over $5,000 off or 0% for 72 months. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
This Saturday, come shop for local crafts at the Slice Market on Fire Tower Road next to Sam Jones Barbecue. The Slice Market will be open this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and will feature local vendors with handmade, homemade goods made right here from Eastern North Carolina. The Slice Market will also have food trucks on site. Shop and support your local craft vendors this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Slice Market on Fire Tower Road next to Sam Jones Barbecue. For more information or to become a vendor, search the Slice Market on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with 0 interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has $6 lunch specials, a $10 pizza of the week, and every Thursday has $2 drafts all day. Sunday brunch is the best for food and family. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp and grits, made-to-order omelets, French toast, and drink specials like $3 mimosas, beer mimosas, or $5 Bloody Marys. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
This is East Carolina assistant basketball coach Steve Rockford, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Dow closed this afternoon down 164 points at 33,820. The NASDAQ also fell 39 points at 14,051, and the S&P slipped 3 points and closed at 4,183. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Talked a lot of Pirate football and a little Pirate baseball on today's Bud Light ECU report, brought to you by Bud Light. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. We'll talk more Pirate football on the show on Thursday at 5 o'clock with the head football coach of the Pirates, Mike Houston. So make sure you're tuning in to that. We'll talk a lot of NFL draft on tomorrow's program as well. Bryce, final thoughts. What you got planned for the weekend?
I'm hoping to be on the boat. I wish it would be like the temperatures that we're having the end of the week. It's supposed to be like 72, which isn't terrible. But I think plan on being on the boat. If Naughty Dog is doing their little Cinco de Mayo thing, that'll probably be a later in the night thing on Saturday. So either probably start off with probably just feeling around the house, doing some little projects there, maybe boat, Naughty Dog, and eating in between that.
That sounds like a heck of a day right there.
I hope so.
You are living.
I'm going to try.
Here's one last question for you. Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Did you ever play there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you were on the squad. Did you play a game there with ECU? Did y'all ever go there?
No, I never did at ECU.
They are going to artificial turf. Mm-hmm. So my question, that's the same reaction we all kind of had in here. Yeah. How about as a player, Bryce? What do you prefer?
I definitely prefer grass. I prefer Dowdy Ficklin grass.
Dowdy Ficklin, Joey Perry grass.
Yes, grass is, so much better. I think, the turf, you got the tires and, obviously good turf isn't that bad as far as playing on it. But, man, you get tackled, you get burned up. I've gotten super. I mean, just I guess it looked like road rash, from turf. And like I said, the little tires get everywhere. I'm not a fan, and it's super hot.
I would go to Huff High School, which is like a 4A high school in the Cornelius area near Charlotte, for my long snapping camps, and to get on that one knee to catch like extra point snaps.
Oh yeah,
and it would be hot, and my goodness gracious,
oh
it would
yeah,
burn your knees up.
Oh yeah, like Height Field, and the practice field at East, the guys practice on. It was funny how he always did conditioning on that in the summer.
Well, it was like 10 degrees hotter.
It was just hot. I mean, goodness gracious. I'm a grass guy all the way.
Grass man, Bryce Williams. Bryce, enjoyed it, buddy.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Talk again soon. Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt. We'll see you fine people Thursday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Mike Houston joining us on Thursday's program. We'll see you then. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington,